All right, welcome in Baseball and Coffee. What is going on? Tuesday, April 7th, 10 a.m. Sorry, no show yesterday. I was flying back from Detroit. Here's a mess. I'm going to put a hat on here.
Good job, see?
Yeah,
Just in your head already.
You're already in my head, lady. Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's had a nice start to the week. Have some baseball to catch up on. How was the salad?
Amazing.
Amazing as usual, you know.
I don't like our TikTok numbers.
She requested the salad, so she gets the salad, and we'll make another one in a couple days.
But I don't like our TikTok
People
numbers.
have still been asking more questions.
Yeah, but our TikTok numbers aren't good.
Okay, don't worry about this. It's not about the numbers.
The
numbers will get there.
It's all about the numbers. It's because we got like 240,000 online.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it a little bit today. I see
Did you
some.
show them the cards?
I don't know. Did I show you guys these Baseball and Coffee playing cards?
Ooh. I don't think we'll sell them. I think they'll just be secret gifts.
Secret gifts.
Sometimes.
With other purchases. I did put more hats up on the site. There's a fresh batch of the blue and the green. So go check that out if you're into that. I'm going to investigate this today, Enzo. Don't worry. I'm on it. Let me just, let's get over here and let's do the standings and figure out what we're going to watch. Yeah, Marquez was on the list. I think I put him on the thumbnail today because, I played with Herman. This is his first really good start with non-Rockies related, so I'm curious. All right, here's the status quo. Yankees 7-2, Rays 5-5, and the rest of the AL East is under 500. 4-6, 4-6, and Sox are 2-8 with a -17 run differential and the sky falling in Boston. So it's only 10 games in, and it's not very happy times in New England. All right, Guardians 6-5, Royals 5-5, Twins, Tigers, and White Sox all 4-6. And if you're looking in the run differential department, Detroit +3. In the AL West, Houston, Los Angeles Angels, and the Rangers. I know those two are 6-5. Rangers are 5-5. Mariners 4-7, off to a slow start for the top team, in my opinion, in that division. And the A's, another team that we pegged to be pretty good, is 3-6, pulling up the rear. NL East, 3 teams are 6-4. Phillies, Marlins, and Metros. Braves are 6-5. Nats are 4-6. They just got swept by the Dodgers. My friend Jimmy, the bus driver's nephew's good friend, is Andrew Painter. We love Andrew Painter. We did a video on his debut the other day. Excited to watch him. He should be coming up again, probably maybe today. I don't know. When we see probables, he might be on there. Okay. NL Central, Brewers 8-2. This team can't be stopped. I'm sick of it. But they're off to a good start again. 8-2, Reds 7-3, Pittsburgh 6-4, Cards 5-5, Cubbies 4-6. This is almost like in completely inverted standing in the NL Central you're used to seeing. All right, in the West, Dodgers 8-2, Padres and Diamondbacks are 5-5, Rock Show 4-6, and the Giants pulling up the rear 3-8. So most disappointing teams through the first 10, 11 games, I'd say, is the Red Sox, the Giants, the Cubs, the A's, the Jays. There's been some disappointing teams through 10 games, but that's why the season is 162 games long, because 10 games don't really define you. Although I will say it's been pretty bad so far. It's been pretty bad so far. Oh, this is such a nice comment. Thanks, Mike. And all my UK baseball fans out there. So you get Sunday Night Baseball on your local sports network and you see us?
Where in the UK?
Yeah, where in the UK are you?
Royal Ballet?
Well, we'll find out.
Ask.
But I really appreciate it that you're enjoying the shows
Surrey.
so far that I've been on.
We're going to Surrey.
Well, we're going to Surrey in the summer for ballet with my oldest. What makes DeGrom so vulnerable to the home run ball? It seems like those are the only hits he gives up. I have theories on this, and we'll get into that when we watch Jake today.
Love Jake.
Yes, we do love some Jake. All right. So this has been requested for a couple days now. So it makes by Enzo and a few others. So I'm gonna do a quick Senga watching to start off start this one off, and then we'll go from there to all the other stuff that's on the docket. But I am a little bit, at least a little bit curious about Mr. Senga's velocity, if they're saying that's an issue. 5 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts versus the Giants 2 days ago. Mets had off yesterday. Player breakdown will tell the tale pretty quickly on the velocity dropping. Here's velocity by innings. So he was... I'm not really seeing it much in the data here. 96 to begin with. He does finish at 94.6 in the 6th, but he was up to 97.3 in the 5th. So if anything, maybe something in the 6th inning indicates he was a little tired, but I want to watch him anyway because we've been curious about him to begin with. Oh, we got an answer in here. Tell them to flex Sunday night for School Bowl. I know they're not though. They already have it. It's all set in Atlanta this week, so I'm not on this week. I think CC's in my role, so I'm not a part of it. But I don't think they're gonna flex it. School Bowl Sandy would have been nice. No, I'm up north, East England, Durham City, County Durham. You should visit.
Love that, and yes.
Is it cold there? It feels like it might be cold there.
Should we do a baseball and coffee UK?
Well, I'm gonna do baseball and coffee when we're in the UK.
Baseball and tea.
Maybe we should baseball and tea time.
Baseball and tea time. Tell
Yeah.
you to get excited.
We got some thoughts. Man, a lot of good questions here in the chat. I want to get to this in a bit, but right now we're about to watch Senga for a minute. Because that was the first thing requested, and then we'll get into all the other stuff. So anyway, this was his start from the other day. He did average 96 on his heater. I mean, his stuff's definitely there. Pretty good whiff rate. Forkball continues to be the jam with that. He threw a lot of them, 21 in this game. All right, so this was Mets, Giants. A couple days ago, we'll speed watch this one. Kodai Senga. Oh, so first strikeout here is a challenge by Alvey. Good challenge on that forkball first strike. First strikeout. Catchers have started to get more confident, I've noticed. Have you guys noticed that yet? Cutter, ground ball to Lindor. Here's a walk to Chapman. I mean, he's throwing 96, 97 here in the first. And a strikeout with the ghost fork of Rafi. Nasty pitch. Big time helmet spike. Here's the helmet spike from the side. Side angle. Smash. And you're out. It's like that sometimes. All right, here's another strikeout on a forkball. Right down the middle. See you later. Man, I'll tell you what though. Let me go back for a sec. Senga's reactions are funny too. Here, watch. He like turns and pauses. What's he doing here? I honestly don't know. All right, and another strikeout. 97 here. Ooh, good catch by Alvey. That would have been a ball by less than by less than a half of a tenth of an inch. Like a 20th of an inch off the plate. Swinging strike. Somebody's writing to you in the chat.
What are they saying?
Brett, I went to Sunday's Yankee game and I wore the baseball and coffee hat. Because she can't wear a Yankees hat.
Did anyone say anything?
You get any comments? You get any decent comments? So he came out of this game looking great in the beginning. He's throwing flames. He's striking everybody out. I mean, these are, what's this, like already the 5th or 6th strikeout here? As he strikes out Bader to start off the 3rd. The biggest thing for me is he's like letting it eat a little bit early in this season, which I just don't like to see him get careful out there. That means he's getting a little aimey. You know, he's trying to place everything. Kodai's got great stuff. He's just got to let it rip a lot. And he's got way better command if he just trusts it. All right, here's a hit. Arise, doing Arise things. Little line drive there. Base hit on a cutter. Forkball here. Don't worry, in the 6th inning, I'll investigate your question by watching all the pitches just to see if he looks tired.
That's
Fork ball, double play. Fork ball again. So every time you get a 2-strike count, he's going to try to throw a fork ball.
good tape.
Yeah, that's the same pitch he struck out.
What about a knife ball?
What about a spoon ball or a knife ball? You could argue there's some knife balls out there. I don't know about a spoon ball, though.
Lindor, and then one pitch that'll end the inning. No runs.
You're silly.
With the bats.
So I said it felt cold where he is, but he says that currently in Durham it's 14 Celsius, which is 63 Fahrenheit. So it's warmer than here, probably. This is a flaming 97-mile-an-hour fastball here in the 5th. Heater's still looking good in the 5th. Here's a sweeper. The sweeper. Gerard Encarnacion. Oh, is he going to get thrown out here by Jared Young? Yeah, he is. Good tag by Marquez. Nice play.
Wait, ask him if he knows if he's been to Darlington.
Have you been to Darlington, my wife wants to know. Snowing in Boston this morning.
Yes, I saw that.
Yikes.
And that'll do it. All right.
I'm sick of it, guys. I'm ready for spring, like real spring.
I'm ready for winter. I'm ready for Christmas trees.
3-1 fly out on a sweeps. All right, 6th inning. So let's see. This is 94-8.
Bailey takes.
See if I can identify anything here. But my guess is it's just early in the season and he doesn't have, as much, oomph behind his pitches for, 80 or 90 pitches at this point. That's my assumption. And a little bleeder in there on a cutter. Weird play there. Cutter here to Willie Adames. Popped up. Here's Arise. So back, I think. Oh, yeah. So they have Adames batting leadoff now, huh? And they put Arise in the 2-hole. Interesting changeup by Vitello.
Guy on third with less than 2 outs.
I'm not seeing anything mechanically, but there's definitely a possibility that he's a little tired here in the 6th inning. They're saying this is a sinker.
That's the jump of the year.
I don't know that he throws a sinker. 88.3. I mean, he does, but not often. I don't know what this pitch is.
Runner goes.
So that was a little bit weird. Here's a cutter. The other thing is, what used to make Kodai's cutter so special is he threw 93 with it.
Hit out to
Good
left.
pitch there. 4-seam up into Arise. Love that. Matt Chapman. I mean, this is still 95.5. I'm not seeing it. I think he's fine. Fork ball hammered, but, you're going to give up hits sometimes. That was actually a good pitch, good swing.
Chapman ties it up.
This is a good pitch, right? I mean, where's this? Yeah, 0-1 fork ball down and away. This pitch never gets hit. So credit to Matt Chapman for hooking that one. Rafi. Ball and in play runs on a cutter. It's a good pitch, just into no man's land. Good try by Robert. And then they pulled him after that. And I'm assuming that run got cashed, maybe? Oh no, that run scored because that was 2 outs. So he was running on the play. All right, yeah, I mean, not really seeing it. Kodai looks good to start the season, to be honest with you. 63% chase, 51% zone rate. More first pitch strike than he had last year. That was a big thing holding him back. He was like barely over 50% first pitch strikes last year, which, he's one of the best in the world with count leverage due to that fork ball. So that's the biggest thing. But just to answer your question about the velo drop, I didn't really see much. He didn't throw a ton of fastballs in the 6th inning, so I'm not worried about his health. I think he's fine. Now, somebody's health that I am worried about now is my guy Max Scherzer, who pitched last night for the Jays, and he came out after 2 innings, and they're saying it's a forearm thing. So it sucks. I just thought he was sick.
I thought it was a stomach.
That had been the rumor that he had like the stomach bug or something. But he ends up only pitching 2 innings, and now the Jays are in a big, they have a big problem in the rotation. Big problem in the rotation because now if Scherzer's down, they're down Ponce, Bieber, Yasavage, and Scherzer to start the year. And Barrios, I don't think his elbow's great either, right? Is he even playing right? Isn't he hurt? So all of a sudden, they look like they had probably the best. I'm verifying I am human. They probably had some of the most starting depth, but that has eroded so fast this season. That's actually scary. Right now, they're rocking Gausman, Cease, Lauer, and Scherzer, but Scherzer might be hurt now. Saw a rumor last night that the entire pitching staff had mono. That would be bad. Mono
Who
would.
had mono?
They're saying the whole Blue Jays pitching staff has mono
Well, you have to be so careful with your spleen.
in the chat. So we got enlarged spleens all over the place. Right?
I mean, but you could test positive for mono and not have it currently.
They're saying enter Giolito, but what's going to happen with Giolito?
You might get a call.
He needs to get a
How
call.
fast can you get ready?
I cannot get ready fast enough to start for the Blue Jays, unfortunately. What is mono? Mononucleosis. It's a illness
Enlargement of the spleen.
that enlarges your spleen, makes you really tired all the
for like
time.
a month.
So you don't want to play really tired.
No, but you can also, your spleen could burst.
Man, we got a couple stuff here in the chat here. No, nobody was talking about the baseball and coffee hat because they were all pissy with the 4-hour rain delay. But then
Should have had baseball and coffee punch.
Alex Famodu 34 says, I wore my baseball and coffee hat during the birth of my son.
Whoa.
Now that's next level.
Whoa, we need a picture of that.
That's next level.
Send us
So
a picture.
you're gonna win something for that. I don't know. Autograph ball, something.
Send us a photo. Can they send private messages?
We can email the show.
Email the show with a photo and your address.
Email the show and we'll give you something special for that,
and can we
Alex.
post the photo?
Well, we will only do that if it's what's desired, of course. The first pitch Wilson Contreras this season is hip tonight, yes or no? This guy threatened yesterday, if I get hit one more time, I'm taking somebody out, he said, on the other team.
That's really bad.
Yeah, there's some anger. You know, his brother's on the other team.
Oh.
So is he going to go, will his brother square up with him? You think that they talked about it last night? Like, hey, I'm about to take out some of your bros tomorrow if I get hit again?
It'll be a fun Mother's Day.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of bark and maybe not as much bite there. I don't know. We'll find out. Cade Horton's MRI was not good. Going to Texas for a second opinion. I don't like that. That stinks. 40 minutes on train from York to Darlington. I can say Darlington in a good Yorkshire accent too, Jane says.
Wait, is Darlington darling? Because I just like it for the name.
Is Darlington darling because she likes it for the name? Is it just darling?
Yes.
That's what she wants to know.
Yes.
I see you, Heat fan, talking about Janson Junk. I know he's leveled up a little bit. I saw that Lance Brzotsky was asking about him. Well, talking about him a little bit. They're saying that mono is the kissing disease.
It is. I wasn't going to go there, but someone else did. Hey, you know what?
Scherzer has forearm tendonitis. Don't know where the mono came from. Maybe he developed his tendonitis.
No. No.
No. The milk's about to be here.
Okay. Such a good dad.
The milk's gone
You're
bad.
the best dad ever.
Motto came from the Gate 14 podcast. Yeah, brother versus brother showdown. All right, well, anyway, let's see if we can see anything with Max. I was curious because I was looking. I was like, York is darling. Lots of great things for the kids. I'll email you.
Love that. Thank you.
Lovely. I was curious because I was like, man, like 2 innings out of Scherzer when he knows that they're shorthanded doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So he's either like sick where like he has to like go to the bathroom and he can't literally stand out there on the mound, or something's up, and it looks like something's up. 36 pitches total for Scherzer. Let's just watch the last 2 batters. See if we notice anything here. Well, velocity's down from the first start, I'm pretty sure. I guess we could go check that, but yeah, they already had a guy getting ready as he went out for the second inning.
That's lined into right.
So he must have communicated something after the first inning. Well, what's his last batter in the first inning? Let's see if we can see anything walking off the mound.
The 3-2.
Strikes out Muncy. Nothing. Can't see squat. Can't see diddly squat there. All right, second inning, 1 play out, 1 pitch out on a pop-up. 92, and then we just watched rushing. All right, this is the last batter, I believe. Yeah, Haesung Kim. How long till James Tibbs is up in the big leagues with the Dodgers? Guy's got 7 freaking homers in 9 games in AAA, and that couple months of Dustin May trade for the Red Sox is looking really bad right about now. So Scherzer, I will say this about Scherzer. When he pulls the plug, when he says that he can't go, he usually really can't go. Something's really going on, but he's also pretty good about getting out of there before he does himself significant damage. Like he's never had a Tommy John. I remember when he hurt his oblique with us. If he would have kept going on it, he would have been out for months, but he got out of there right in time.
Where's your rotator?
It's your shoulder. It's all the muscles that surround your shoulder.
Johnny Wax is getting rotator.
Oh.
There's toothpaste on that shit.
I'm sorry about the Tibbs comment, but these things are all happening in a sequence, and it's not looking great right now for Breslow and John Henry and the Sox. Like, literally, first Devers out of town for Bregman. They don't re-sign Bregman. Then this trade for Tibbs, and now Harrison's looked good in the early going. So, also Durbin's looked bad in the early going. So it's early. It's early. But things are happening. Things are happening, and the narratives don't seem great for a fun atmosphere in Boston with the media, at least. I'll tell you that. I gave my first girlfriend mono. She was 4 months sick. Really tough.
You know what? I tested positive for mono and have no idea when I had it. But once you have it, it always shows up. Which means that I had it and didn't get the benefits of missing school for a month.
My college roommate, Dave Pellegrini, when he was in high school, he played quarterback with mono, got his spleen ruptured in the game, and had to get rushed to the hospital.
There you go.
So if these guys have mono, they need to
not play.
They need to take it easy. I'll say that. AO and I have been on the Marlins for a minute. Could be a dark horse. You got to believe. I think the Marlins are pretty good. I do. They're an interesting team. So we'll keep an eye on them. Scherzer velo is down 2 miles an hour. Let's just double check that. I believe you, but we have the ability to look. So let's look. Maximus Scherzer, where are you? Here he is. Well, he didn't throw very hard in the first game either, but there's no denying he was down about 1 mile an hour at least from the first game, and I think a little more since spring. So, I don't know. Blue Jays are in a little bit of a tough spot. Blue Jays and Red Sox, and that's why it's imperative, if you're a Yankees fan, through this time period to just rack up the wins and create separation. Right now, when a team's down, don't, kick them while they're down a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Well, maybe don't kick them, but do your thing. Don't be distracted by other teams in turmoil. Like, you have everything going for you, and adversity will be coming for you at some point, so you got to dominate while you can. All right, DeGrom. This is what we're going to watch. We're going to watch DeGrom. He pitched yesterday. He's next up on my list. He finally got out there on the mound. I think this was his second start. 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run, 3 hard hit balls. And that's not enough pitches. It's only 70th pitches, so maybe we can speed watch DeGrom. And I can talk a little bit about what makes him so great, but also when he does give up runs, why they tend to be homers. 4-seam fastballs, 44 of those, 22 sliders. He's basically always been sort of a 2-pitch pitcher, but they're the best 2 pitches with the best command. He is now also throwing these other pitches a little more often. He threw 8 changeups, 3 curveballs, and 1 sinker, which I'll believe it when I see it. What was the metric on the 1 sinker? 14 and 15. Okay, maybe it's a sinker. Hard to say. What's his velo at these days? 96.6 on the fastball. So he's gotten himself into a place that's, at least it's not 99 every time now, which was going to be always hard to sustain. 63% strikes, 56% first pitch strikes. All right, who'd they face? The Mariners. Texas and Seattle. Classic AL West showdown. Jacob DeGrom on the mound. All right, let's check him out.
First pitch of the ball game from DeGrom, and that one is
96 strike. Changeup, second pitch of the game. So this is something that he's always had a good changeup, but when I played with him with the Mets, he was so dominant off of the 2 pitches, the fastball and the slider. It was hard to even find a spot for the changeup. And you don't just throw something just to throw it. I think you throw it when it makes sense, when it has a purpose. And there was no purpose at that point. He didn't need it at all. And there's 97-1 up in the zone. So a couple factors with Jake when he's pitching. I mean, this it's funny that we don't even really talk about him that much anymore since he's not on the Mets, I guess. But number one, obviously the delivery is very easy and flowy, and that's why he can repeat it so well. There's not a lot of effort level in it, so that makes him able to get himself to this point right here very consistently and under control, which is the release point. Second thing is he gets big extension. So he gets above average amount of extension, so he's closer to the plate than average. Not significantly, but enough. And then on top of it, he's a little bit low with his release, and he has good characteristics on his fastball. So all of those things equate to his fastball playing even better than the number that you see, the 97-1. And on top of that, Jake does a thing. I need a baseball. Is there a baseball here? Oh, yeah. Jake does a thing. And this is hard to explain, too, but because this is a pink ball, so this isn't the best ball to do this with. But anyway, on every ball, there's ink, right? This one has got pink ink. All right, so if you throw a four-seam, the ink's on one side or it's on the other side, right? So when he's facing a batter that's standing over here, he'll have the ball this oriented this way on his fastball, so the ink's away from their eyes, so they see less ink on the way in, and it's a little harder to pick up the ball. You just see more white on the side that's closer to you, and vice versa. If the batter's on this side, he'll hold the ball this way. That way, when this ball's spinning, they see more white. Yeah, more white over here, if that makes sense. Keep the ink away from the eyes. Give the batters less to see.
Way to start this one is now Cal Raleigh.
DeGrom closing in on 100 wins. 97 strike in. This is a long at bat here. Second at bat of the game. Over, looks like it's over 10 pitches. And he's 0-2. So fastball changeup, he done it to both of the first two hitters. Four seam, then immediately to changeup. So we'll see if that's a thing. Here's 98-3.
That's fouled back.
I hate this camera angle so much. Changeup. So definitely going to the changeup more often.
Finished second in MVP voting.
Damn, Cal just hit 1,000 miles foul.
Pretty good player as well. Put up some really good numbers.
Doesn't hit his spot with the slider there. Kind of got away with that slider for sure. This time he gets the take. Good take by Cal. Slider again. Good pitch, good spoil. Another foul ball. 98 away. I mean, it's still so easy. And I would wager he could throw 100 pretty easily if he wanted to. But I think at this point in his career, he just wants to stay healthy. Here's 99. Oh, homer. This is the classic pulled fastball. So this is the one hit. This is the only hit of the game. This is the classic pulled fastball. Now, it helps that Cal's been on fastball timing. He just fouled off a few heaters. But you'll see here, the catcher sets up away. When Jake lets his fastball come right through the target here, he's going to get good backspin. His ball is going to play the proper way. You know, it's going to be hard to get on top of it. It's just going to come out on the right trajectory. But what happens here, and this happens a lot with four-seam guys, is it's the pulled fastball. So he pulls it, misses his target by pulling it to his glove side a little bit, and it's not very high. That's the ball that kind of flattens out. The metric doesn't really function the same way, and that's the ball that gets clobbered ultimately. And that's what happens here. And, you know, it's been a while for Cal Raleigh. He's looked pretty bad starting off the season. So actually, even though it's off my guy, good to see him have a good swing here. 108 at 29. And that's going to be it. After that, he's going to cruise the rest of the way. Here's Julio. Four-seam ball. I'm surprised he didn't throw some anger balls after that. He tends to do that too sometimes. 18, I just saw that graphic. 18 home runs allowed on 95+ mile/per-hour pitches, which was most in some type of span. What was that stat?
18. 22.
Hold on, I just saw it.
Just throwing stats at you.
18 home runs allowed on pitches 95+,
No
most in
way.
MLB since 2025.
Wait, was I right?
No, you just heard me say 18, and then you repeated
I
it.
didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I said it first.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I just said 18.
I'm confused.
Ask them.
The pitch before the
You said it
strikeout,
first.
Julio got a slide. into a lefty.
I
That's
don't
a
know.
hard one to
Ask
lay
in the
off. And he
chat.
took it like he saw it middle. And
Here's an
most
out on a
do
four
damage
seam
on
in.
that.
This is his
And
strength, is pitching to his
now
glove
is
side.
an above
Whether it's
average
righties or lefties, he wants to throw glove side
Rolled out the first
fastballs,
baseline. Berger
which
has
is a
it.
great strategy overall.
Remember, most importantly, make sure you're having fun. And I guess that repetition, you hear that message a lot, but I think it means even more from someone like Jacob, who's making their
Jane says you're right,
250th
so.
career
And everybody's
start.
saying they believe you. Chat not biased, we always
you do need
believe
to get
Brett.
results, but if you're not in
I literally just threw out my favorite number, and it was right.
But I don't
wasn't
get
even
it.
paying attention to you. You said, let's check the stats, and I just said 18, 22, and then you said 18.
And how'd this ball not go out?
It's me. Jane says it's me. I win.
Obviously, that's middle too. Yeah, well, I get you win. A couple people said Adam said it first, you see.
Yeah.
To make the catch. Well, that's fun.
run it down and got it at the track.
So that's a big out there.
All right, so back to answering the initial question of why does Jake give up? Why does the things he give up are homers? So I've talked about this before, but it's like when you're a four-seam pitcher, your pitch is relatively straight. There's not a ton of east-west movement on it. Batters don't have a hard time with those types of fastballs. They don't have a hard time like getting the barrel to the ball. The barrel is always going to be positioned properly. The issue is they're usually under it, like they can't quite get to it because it's too fast or too much lift. They're under it, but it's their barrel that's directly under it, right? They're either directly under it or they're directly over it. They're not missing with their barrel. When a guy's throwing sinkers and cutters, that's when it gets harder to get on the barrel. So guys think they're getting the barrel, but the ball's moving away from the barrel, right? So sometimes off the end, sometimes off the handle. So you're not missing the bat all out like you would with the four seam getting above it as often, but when they connect on a four seam, their barrel's already in the right spot. They've already got that measured. So the ones that are mistakes, they don't have a hard time measuring the barrel. So that, to me, that's the ultimate reason why guys like Jake or Garrett Cole, who are great pitchers, you know, in their own right, that's why they give up home runs, as the way they give up runs. Also, it's part of it's a strategy. Like nobody on, they're never gonna walk you. They're never gonna walk you. So they're okay getting beat by a solo shot home run. Like it's part, like they're not gonna nibble. They're not gonna quibble. So I think that's part two. Part two is like I'm always ahead in the count. I don't usually have a lot of base runners on, and I'm okay giving up the solo home run. So it's a combination of being okay with it on the mound, but also just your pitches lending themselves a little bit more to the batters being accurate with the barrel. This is a vicious slider to my paisan, Dominic Canzone.
2-2 here, and Canzone.
That's that DeGrom down back foot slider. That's like impossible to hit. Slider up away. Yeah, I've often heard that aces are vulnerable to the long ball, but they're usually solo shots. And that's the biggest thing. Like, they're going to pitch differently with guys on base. Then all of a sudden you're getting a little bit more of the I have to be perfect out here approach, and I'm not going to let you beat me with the home run ball. But with nobody on, and it's a pitcher out there who knows they have good stuff, when they fall behind in a count, nice throw there. When they fall behind in a count, they're just going to come in the zone, and they're going to trust that majority of the time they're going to get the right outcome. And they're right. It's statistically, over the long haul, they're going to get the right outcome, but it's going to lead to some solo shot home runs. And it's just kind of what you have to deal with. Good pitchers give up runs with solo shot home runs. You can win the Cy Young and give up 25 home runs in a season, you know, as long as they're mostly solos. Kind of jams him with a slider here, huh? When do you think we see Colt Emerson now that he's paid? Just got paid like $90 million by the Mariners before he debuts, Brett. 90 or 80 million, but this guy by the Mariners before he debuts.
I know.
And now I'm just wondering, like, do you think he'll get called up soon? Like, or are they just gonna pay him in AAA for a bit? He's not gonna donate any of that money. It's cool though. Good for him. Happy for him. Nice slider.
That wasn't.
He's also doing this more too, like going away on purpose. He just didn't do a whole lot of that the last 2 years with the Mets. It was everything was glove side, glove side, glove side, glove side, glove side. So, you know, but he's got such good command. I mean, that's dotted on the outside corner, and poor Rivas thinks that's a ball. No, sir, that's in there. Let's watch that pitch again. This ball's absolutely dotted.
And a line drive is the ultimate way to evaluate like a good out.
Why haven't we heard anything finalized with Connor Griffin? No idea there. No idea. I thought it was already announced, but I guess not. There's a nice first pitch dumper curveball. Do you know of any pitchers who always go from the stretch even with the bases empty? Oh yeah, there's plenty of guys now that are starters that do this. Trevor Williams is a good example. Carlos Carrasco. Those are two guys I played with, but there's plenty around the league that just basically stretch the whole time. And then there's a lot of guys who have that modified stretch where they start sideways and they just kind of rock their 1 foot a little bit as if they're in the windup, but they're basically in the stretch the whole time. So you do see it.
Taking him deep.
You do see it, yeah.
And there's a strike. Good fastball there. 1-1. And Janson taking a moment.
Well,
Finally decide there.
technically, there's a long-winded answer to this. RESX 18.
Hangs up out there for Carter.
We know scientifically that technically the ball doesn't actually rise because gravity's always pulling it down. But I've talked a little bit about like the rule of 8 in terms of pitch movement. And like right at 8 inches of drop, like 8 inches of vertical rise, that's gonna look like straight as an arrow, like nothing. Same with 8 to the right, 8 to the left, 8 down, like they're all gonna look relatively blasé. It's the numbers above that, and that means your eyes are expecting the ball to drop to the earth as if it's got 8 inches of induced vertical break. But if you throw 20, then it's defining that by 12 inches, by a foot. So it looks to you like the ball rose a foot, especially when it's up in the zone. So it's more of a perceived rise. But I just call it rise because if it's perceived rise, it's real. If it's real in the game, then it's real to me.
So he thinks it's pretty
So
cool. He's actually
technically
a big fan of
gravity
angles.
pulls it down.
Now, Higgy,
But in terms
he
of
did
like
know
what we
that the dirt can
perceive and what the
exist,
hitters see, like
and
they've
he
always
says
been
he
telling the
has this
truth. They've always
strong,
seen
childlike
rising fastballs.
The base stealer with
Syndergaard used to do one of those modified stretches too, where he'd kind of be sideways, go into a little rocker step before his leg kick.
So getting his pitch count kind of back in line. Here's a
Yeah, Dom Canzone's fighting for his life up here on these sliders. Good take there.
It'd be like running out of the box. And I'd be
Force
like,
seam
"Oh, I
up,
need to start
away.
running." But no, if you're
Popped
running,
up.
it's too late.
It's so hard to make good swing decisions against a guy like Jake. All along the inside corner. Hold on. All along the inside corner and like don't swing down here, but then he'll just switch the plate on you and like also make it hard for you to make a decision up here. You know, so your eyes are just in two different places and he throws too hard to cover the whole thing.
Yep.
So,
Pop up. Back of third. Young gets out there.
yeah,
2 away.
it's the 5th inning.
Just,
Will, the Heat fans, sorry.
really high-level pitching matchups in all 3 games. This one
Slider back door, four seam.
1-0 to Young.
He's so good. I mean, it's just like
He is living right around the strike zone.
he's not sitting 100 anymore. So he's kind of like splitting the difference. Like I'll pitch a lot more innings and I'll be safer out here.
Young trying to hold
But I'm also probably not going to have as many games that are just like 7 or 8 innings, no runs, 12 strikeouts, no walks, you know, either, because I'm not pitching at the very top of my ability either. Although he's still pretty dang dominant. Like in this game, I mean, it's 2 base runners. That was it. He saw, you know, 1 home run, which was off of a long at bat that Cal Raleigh kind of earned a mistake, you know, and then other than that, there's 1 walk. So DeGrom's the man. He continues to shove. And as long as he's out there, he's probably going to shove. Mainly because he has such good command and, you know, like not even trying to throw hard. He's averaging 96.5. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah, Strider was modified. You know, it started, I think, like David Price might have been one of the first guys. You know, Bauer. A lot of different guys did the little modified move there. All right, solo shot. The video confirms that Adam said it first.
Okay, but I didn't.
And then Brett said 18.
But I didn't hear it because that's my favorite number, so it still counts.
Oh, it still counts? You win anyway. You win anyway.
Because I'll always pick 18.
Yeah, it's true.
I thought I was being cute just throwing out numbers. I didn't realize that was the real number.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I didn't know. I was like 1822.
Roger that. Thoughts on Yankees wasting challenges or just not being good at it? So I think that they're being aggressive, which is what you should be, but they've made some mistakes, mostly in the box. Caballero, Ben Rice has had some tough challenges. I think Wells has been great back there doing it. I don't know how to judge these challenges yet. I don't really think percentage makes the most sense. It should just be like overall overturns. So like your bulk, and the only way you're going to win on the bulk is by being pretty aggressive with it. Some days that's going to burn you. Some days you're going to get 10 right. Still a small sample, but you know what? That gives me an excuse now to go look at the ABS leaderboard. ABS leaderboard. Can we do this by teams? Team summary. Give me a team summary. All right. So far, here we go in terms of, so they have total versus expected, batters, and then defense. Overall, Miami is number 1 right now. They have won 15 challenges, lost 11. They've gone for 26. 12.4 versus expected. I'm not sure where they're getting all this expected information at, but I'm going to sort from a couple different categories here in a minute so we get an idea of what's going on. But the ones that are rating high in this metric at least are the Marlins, Orioles, Mets, Reds, Phillies, Tigers, Rays, Angels, Blue Jays, Cubs, Dodgers, Astros, Brewers, and Padres. That's the top half of the league. Worst is Cleveland, negative 12.3. All right, so total amounts challenged. Minnesota way out in front with 34 challenges. 34. Next highest is 26, and on the low end is Texas, who's only challenged 11. Red Sox only 13. All right, who's won the most? Minnesota also 20. See, to me, this is the more important number, is how many you win. How many times you actually did flip the count in your favor. 20 for Minnesota, 16 for Detroit, 15 for Miami, 14 for the Angels and Yankees. Who's lost the most? Minnesota also. So they've just done the most. All right, as batters, who's got the best net returns as batters? It's still Miami. Miami, Cincinnati, and the Mets. So this is where the Yankees are really pulling up the rear. Yankees are negative 5.9 with batter challenges. Now, for catchers, Detroit's number 1. That's Dylan Dingler. He's been the number 1 guy, I believe, so far. And in this metric, the Yankees are still only 19th, so they really haven't been as good as I thought. I mean, they're 6-2, so it's just not as much bulk on this side. But man, Detroit 9-0. Dylan Dingler, are you kidding me, bro? You're 9-0? Overturning strikes? Challenges made catchers. Yeah, all Dingler except for 1 is Rogers. So Dingler's on point. Look at this guy. That's fantastic. What a stud. Let's go look at the player breakdown. First by catchers, because I think catchers have the most ability to dominate this. Dingler, Ohapi, Hunter Goodman, Austin Wells, Agustin Ramirez, who I watched have a great game versus the Yankees a couple nights ago doing this. Will Smith, JT, Adley, Salvi, McCann. You would think a veteran catcher would be really good with this. Who's been really bad? Miguel Amaya, Edgar Cuero, negative 4.9 so far. Carlos Narvaez is not good. So Red Sox are really lagging behind in a couple different things. What about batters? Who's the best batter right now in terms of overall net? Ivan Herrera, 3.4. Marcelo Zuna, 2.9. There is Mark Vientos, Swaggy V, 2.5. He's won 3 challenges. Did not see that coming, but I love that. Also Murakami. That's just 1-0. It's early, but this is going to be fun to track the whole year. So to answer your original question, thoughts on the Yankees wasting challenge or not being good at it? I think it's too early to tell. Ben Rice is getting close to getting his privileges revoked. So we'll see. A lot of wife's always right here comments.
But I'm wrong so much that I appreciate that.
Ben Rice going off of emotions showed Augustin. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was an emotional challenge. And that's why if I was pitching, should I be allowed to challenge or am I too emotional?
I don't understand the question.
If I'm pitching and I think the pitch is a strike, would you have trusted me to like really know, or am I just being emotional about it? And I'm going to challenge a pitch that's too close.
No, you really know. You've had your career ruined.
You think I knew?
For the wrong. Yes, I've
Trust the
watched
catcher, or go from me.
You.
Oh,
You've
Brett
been
trusts
right.
me. Brett trusts me. Isn't the win percentage bracket the most important? I don't know. I'm not sure how to judge this one yet. So we'll get to that. What's up with Roman Anthony's arm? He's getting clowned on Twitter for it. I know. I'm worried. I'm worried about that a little bit. I think they might need to DH him for a little bit and work on it a little bit. Jane's protecting him here because people are a-holes for saying anything negative of Ray arm. He has been shouldering the weight of the team and having to give post-game media.
Yeah,
that's true too. If you're 20 years old, 21, you should not be the team effing spokesperson.
No.
Where's the leadership? This guy can't do it all. They're putting way too much on him.
He's only one person.
He's supposed to. He's only one person.
He's only one person.
He's like the best 21-year-old player in the game, but he should literally that should not be the case.
People are being mean to him?
Yeah, because his throws have been crappy.
Well, you know what? Their attitude is crap.
Their attitude is crappy. Hold on, I got to see what I was going to talk about today. I wrote some.
I had some things to talk about.
I wrote Zach on the thumbs. So who did I have? James Wood, German Marquez. Oh, German Marquez. Ohtani had a home run, so that's that Nationals game. We'll get back to that. Gilbert, Caminero, McLanahan, Wacha. Okay, we're going to do German Marquez next. As Jason called you on Sunday Night Baseball, the Veruca salt of pitching. Do you know what Veruca salt is?
Of course I do.
What is that? Does that mean
Wonka.
Does that mean cream of the crop? What does that
No,
mean?
no.
It doesn't? It's an insult?
It was an insult.
Damn it, I'm getting insulted.
It wasn't an insult, but she is the one that wants it all. She sings a song about wanting it all. Remember?
Yeah, and also I think Story's a good leader, but he's not doing his job right now because he's not playing as well. So sometimes it's hard. Veruca Salt played the goal song for the Red Wings. I don't know anything about this.
She's the one. Remember when they're choosing the eggs and she's singing "I Want It All" and she's like,
I want it all.
No, different. God.
All right, we're gonna get rolling here on German Marquez,
how
my former.
endearing you are is that someone can sort of insult you, but he wasn't insulting you.
Veruca Salt is also a band. They're telling me.
I'm gonna show you.
German Marquez, former rock show, first good start with the Pods. 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 92 pitches.
She's the one.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the character from Wonka, the old school Wonka
it's
girl.
Not, so he actually made a mistake. It's not "I Want It All." It's "I Want It Now."
I want it now.
And she sings.
I want it now.
No.
I want
No.
you.
No.
No.
All right, sweetheart, all right. Daddy'll get your golden goose as soon as we get home.
No, I want one of those.
Oh, that
That's
looks like one
you.
of our children. That's not me.
No, that's you. She sings. Look.
Yeah, mean, snotty girl. So I'm a mean, snotty boy?
I want to lock it all up in my pocket. It's my bar of chocolates. Give it to me now.
Screen's
That's you.
frozen. No, screen's good.
Tell him it's your bar of chocolate.
I want a golden goose, Daddy.
You want the golden goose. That's what you need to say to him next
I'm going to say that to him next time. I'm the bad egg. All right, so here's my guy Marquez. 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. How's the velo on German? Average 94 with the heater. Okay, good to see. 41% knuckle curve. That was his best pitch with the Rockies, I always felt like. Sinker, 14 of those. Interesting. 4 sliders, 1 changeup. 48% first pitch strikes. That's not good. Give up some decently hard contact. Chase, I mean, he looks like he's survived this game by the metrics, but we're going to watch it. All right. San Diego and Pittsburgh, who's actually off to a pretty good start. The Piratas. I know Bubba also pitched in this game, but whatever. All right, German Marquez, let's do it, baby. And we're just going to speed watch. I can't watch every pitch. First out of the game, knuckle curve to O'Neal Cruz. That's right down the middle, but somehow jams him.
In his case, it was
1 up, 1 down. Next batter, Brandon Lau. I think it was because you said you wanted all the calls in your favor is what he meant. Oh, okay, because I was like, they said, would you have wanted to challenge? And I said, well, I couldn't trust myself because I wanted all the calls. Because I'm greedy. And he's like, oh, you're the Veruca Salt. Like, you want it all. You want it now.
Yeah.
Like,
He wasn't meaning to insult you. He was,
greed is good in baseball.
you have to be.
All right, here's a strikeout on a high knuckle curve. So that's kind of a bad pitch, but a happy accident. So first inning
Very warm.
looks more like bad hitting by the Pirates than good pitching by Herman so far. Second inning, he's going to go for a leadoff walk of O'Hearn. I think the delivery looks pretty good. He looks like he's moving pretty well again, which I think is important. He's always had this classic delivery, very straightforward. And he, at one point, I've seen this guy touch 101, 102. Going back to like 2018. Obviously, that's a long time ago, but he had such a lightning fast arm when he was young and he was up with us with the Rockies. All right, so he beats Ozuna there with a fastball. Here's a hit to Gonzalez. Fastball down. That's the sinker, which I don't really think was a sinker. But that ball got smacked. Here is Horwitz. 0-2 curveball on the ground. Terrible defense. Well, not terrible, but it doesn't work out. Ooh, and they don't score. Oh, no, and now they're trying to go. Wow, what just happened here? Hi, home. What happened? Timeout. Ground ball off of O'Hearn, past Bilal. I don't know what. The third base coach jacked this one up. Oh, third base coach. Oh, third base coach. The video doesn't lie. I guess it lies, though, when I'm trying to be right against Brett, but it doesn't lie here. Watch, he's coming around third. Hands up. Oh, hands up. Why are you stopping him? Look where the ball is. And then he puts the arms down, and then he says, no, I'm waving you. But now it's too late because O'Hearn stopped. And then to make matters worse, look at the other runners over here. What a mess. What an absolute mess. Third base coach didn't know where the ball was, I don't think. But then credit to Tatis for finishing the play and getting the ball home. But nice free out there for Herman. Man, why didn't that happen more when I was pitching? All right, here's Connor. Breaks the crap out of his bat with a fastball in. How did he get to that? Was it a first pitch breaking ball to set that up? It was a sinker down, sinker in. I wonder if that's how they're gonna. That's the early book on Connor or not. Jam him. All right, so that got him out of the second inning. Third inning, Henry Davis. No BGs in the cold. Fly ball to right. Home run at Yankee Stadium. Can of corn in Pittsburgh. Here's a strikeout of O'Neal. Does he get this to the ground? Yes. That's when he's going good, is that knuckle curve. It's sort of a death ball. I mean, 86-3. To me, this has always been his superpower. He has a great pitch, perfect pitch for chase below the zone. So that's good to see. When he gets that rolling, that's when you know he's good.
It's the other way if you're a hitter. You got to be careful on getting the hitters from there.
Knuckle curve down the middle. Good swing by Bilal. Rides that one out.
2-out single by Brayan.
There's another knuckle curve, another hit. This is another. Oh, now we got the rain. So he's made a couple mistakes with this pitch now. You got to throw this pitch below the zone. I don't love it as a strike pitch, and that's probably why he's been vulnerable. Since his fastball hasn't been quite the same, because he doesn't have as much to go in the zone. I mean, granted, the rain just started, coming down hard here, but two bad locations in a row for both of these hits. It's a 9-pitch at bat, ending in a called strike 3. To O'Hearn. He wanted the challenge. That would have been a strike, though. Woo-wee! Nice pitch. Nice pitch, nice catch. Let's watch this hold that back, because this is an interesting one. 9 pitches to keep us scoreless here. And the rain coming down hardcore. So sinker strike 1. 4-seam up in target, I would guess. Oh, they go away target. Foul ball. That's the pitch O'Hearn should have got to. 89-mile-an-hour knuckle curve seems insane, but that's also a ridiculous block by Fermin. How did he block this? This is an incredible block. He's set up and on one knee and shoulders it. Sick block there. Skeens versus Pavetta tonight. Excited to freeze my ass off watching it. Oh, that looks fun. Skeens and Pavetta, that's a nice matchup tonight. Fastball away. Knuckle curve. So when push comes to shove, he wants to get you to swing and miss on the knuckle curve. and then he uses his fastball to protect the knuckle curve. And I'm not seeing a ton else. Like, he's got other pitches, but he's still just going with the bread and butter, and he hasn't completely evolved yet. And then here's that called strike 3. And I know why he gets the call here. Why this works. It works because everything down has been a breaking ball breaking down, and all the fastballs have been at least medium height or upper height. So he sees something come out low, shuts it down, and that's the freeze. And that's where four-seam guys, it's underutilized in the modern era, is the low four-seam freeze. The dot down and away. It still plays. All right. Where are we? 4th inning now. Ozuna. So second time he's beating him with a fastball. Ooh, nice play there. 1 out. Strike on a knuckle curve to Gonzalez, probably right below the zone again. Yep. That's where his knuckle curve plays. But you're not going to get any swing on it if you don't throw a fastball down, because you see it starts on that down rail. So I think that mistake he makes sometimes is he tries to pitch only up here with his fastball. You got to lay the trap to get them to swing at the crap in the bottom of below the plate. Like, it's basic stuff. And if I'm him, considering he hasn't evolved too much with the pitch mix yet, I'd be getting a head down and away to set up that chase later. Or if I went up early and then I tried to go for chase and didn't swing, I'd be going for that down freeze. All right, here's a little blocked off hit by Horwitz. Here's Connor again, 50 mile an hour. So they're definitely trying to jam him. That seems to be the play so far. Let's watch this whole at bat. What did he do to Connor here? First pitch sinker in, strike. Really good location on that. Second pitch four seam up in. Good take. So they just went straight in. I'm planning on maybe doing a video once he gets a big enough sample size, like, you know, first 50 plate appearances, whatever, on Connor, just to see how the league's attacking him early. But that's the first time I've seen a dedicated game plan against the kid, and it's fastballs in. All right, Henry Davis, start the 5th. Pops up a fastball. That was a very hittable one. Xander is going to be there. Actually, it's going to be Soriano. 2-0 heater to O'Neal Cruz. Watch your lips. Down the line, 112.4. Doesn't want to test Tatis. Oh, he would have made it too. Just a little Dominican respect there. So single, and then another out on a curve. I haven't seen him get any outs on anything but fastballs or curveballs. So I'm not going to say Herman's back yet. I'm going to say at least his velocity looks a little better. It held up pretty well in this game. The knuckle curve, when he gets ahead and he lays the trap, is still just as effective down in the zone, but I still think there's a little bit of he needs some luck right now to succeed. He's not dominant at this point, and he's not making them come to his level very much. He's a very comfortable at bat, and it's sad to say he's kind of a stock righty in today's game. But you see, if he can locate, his game can still play. So I'm hoping that he can continue to come into his own this year, get back to the Herman we're used to seeing, where he was an all-star. And, you know, maybe he can evolve a little bit. Those sinkers to Griffin were interesting. They were decent. I didn't mind them. I thought they served a good purpose. The issue that he has is there's almost no separation between his sinker and his four-seam on the plot. 16 and 13 and 12 and 15 is like, that's as minute as it gets on the plot. Yeah, I mean, they're incredibly close together. So that's the thing. He just doesn't have a lot of separation. So everything he's doing is about location and setting the trap for the death ball, which is that knuckle curve in the blue there. Other than that, he's not really creating any way to get early contact or anything. So I'm going to say he's not back yet, but that was, at least he did have a good start there. So I'm happy to see that. All right, let me get in the chat here for a minute. We'll see where we want to go next. Why did NBC stick you down in the left field corner at Comerica? So they're looking for like a fun place every time to put me. Obviously, you know, the booth can't have 4 people in it, even though I'm kind of in it on remote when I'm doing the games. And I think it gives them a fun shot. You know, what's going on with Adam down there. There was a couple times where I gave them some information, like off, like between innings, like, oh, so-and-so's getting moving. Keep an eye out for this. Oh, I think this is a decoy, whatever. But other than that, you know, I'm not adding a ton of value being out there per se. It's just, I think it's a cool shot for TV, and it's fun being in a funny location and kind of see people's reactions to it. Jim Rice needs to take Roman aside and give him some tips and advice. Maybe he can give a player's perspective. You know, it's funny though. Jim Rice is like, I was in Boston spring training 2 years ago when he got into it with some people, and then like some of the brass was saying they didn't want him talking to the players. So that's a whole nother issue. I don't want to get into all that. You know, thoughts on KC or CB on the top of the zone? I think Boz throws a lot trying to steal a strike. I think it's a good choice with the ABS. I think you can steal strikes at the top. I really do. I think it can be pretty good. What is this? Ooh, upcoming appearance. What day is this? 4/14. Okay. Yankee appearance. Do you think ABS will cause some older umps to retire earlier like Laz and CB? Yes, I do. I think some people are going to say, F this, I'm out. Like, they just don't like the scrutiny. I do think that some people will be pissed about it. I do. I think some umpires don't care at all. Like, they're fine with it. But I think some probably will be a little sensitive about it for sure. Yeah, I'd love to do prospects. I'd love to do a Carson Benj one as well. I mean, the thing with the hitters, with the young hitters, like I don't get to do like a debut watching because it's like 3 at-bats. So we usually watch it on the stream. But once they get to like a certain sample size, I want to watch like the first 50 at-bats in the show, like Murakami, Benj, Weatherholt, you know, all these guys. I think I'm going to do them all. I think probably we're getting close. Couple weeks. We're getting close. Who's the Japanese pitcher for the Rock Show? That's my guy, Sugano, Tomoyuki Sugano, actually pitched great in Colorado 2 days ago when I said he's going to lead the league in home runs allowed, but plenty of time for that to all happen, but we'll see. That was hitting, which is BS, but maybe they'll teach him fielding unless Driveline rules that too. I don't know. I feel like they have a lot of influence on a lot of different things. All right, let's go jump into the Dodgers-Nats game for a second yesterday. I know that the Dodgers beat the piss out of the Nats, or 2 days ago. Oh, no, it wasn't Dodgers-Nats. I'm thinking of Cubs-Rays. No. Who'd the Nats play? Because James Wood hit a big home run. Oh, off Stanek. Yeah, James Wood with a big 3-run home run. He has been struggling to out of the gate. He's only at 163, but yesterday he finally had a James Wood-ish day, which means multiple walks and a big-time swing. So I want to see the big-time swing and kind of see what happened there. Because, like, he's a perfect example of a guy who, when he's rolling, he's great, but when the league figures out the book on him for a stretch, he can kind of go into hiding. But I'm curious to see what he hit off of Stanny yesterday, because I thought Stanek looked pretty good in the Sunday night game. I did. James Wood off Stanek. Let's watch this whole at bat. This is game on the line.
Sell out on it.
He's the tying run at the plate. So first pitch, slider chase. Second pitch, 99-2. Fastball in, take. So slider down in, fastball in. This is going to be a called ball overturned. Fastball away. Ooh, was Stanek going to overturn this too? Oh, no, he wasn't, but that was dead right. I mean, that's fully in the box, right? So 1-2 count. Let's see where the mistake is made. First they go to the splitter, which makes sense. Too low. So off of that take, I would think if you're going to throw the fastball, you have freeze location right here. Or you can go higher than high for the strikeout. Or you can repeat the split and just make a better pitch. So let's see what he does instead of that. He goes fastball. Let's see the location. Ooh, I think I'm pretty wrong, because I thought that would have been a freeze. And now it's not, granted, it's not quite low enough or away enough. And he kind of convinced him to swing by being inside a little bit, middle in. But honestly, I would have thought down would have gotten somewhat of a freeze. But this is just insane. He hits this ball 114.3 at 18 for a dead center home run in Washington. Not many guys can do this. That ball's crushed, and he knuckleballed it out to center. So credit to James Wood for just dropping the head on that. My God. Wham. 114.3 at 18. So I wanted to shout out James Wood. He's off to a slow start, but that was obviously a big home run that I think eventually led to them winning, right? Or who won this game? Yeah, because then Brady House hit a big home run here.
Those are bats for
Off of
Brady.
Swanson.
Sinkers in. Oh, he set on the slider.
Tough loss for the Birds on the bat. But they're a little vulnerable a little bit in their bullpen, the Cardinals, because they just have 3 leverage guys. So, like, they can't pitch every game. Also, CJ homer, too. This is a little bit of a home run fest for the Nets, huh?
And a lot of these guys are just learning how to hit. Uh-oh.
This guy's learning as well.
Cutter down in zone. Homer. I don't think he hit that. I'm going to guess exit velo 97. 98.2.
They've exploded in the 8th, and it's 9-6.
Yeah, Wood didn't follow through all the way with his swing. But he still did. Still did it anyway. Stanek has electric stuff, but he just gets rocked. I think it's fastball straight as arrow. That's the issue. He's just not commanding the ball very well. He's still got good stuff. But look, like, you have to command your fastball within the zone when it's straight, even if it's fast. Guys are going to be on the fastball. The splitter he threw there was a good choice, but poor execution. And the slider, it's like a good but not great pitch. So he's reduced down to 2 pitches, you know, and a lot of guys are going to hunt fastball, and it's not an elite fastball despite the speed. So, yeah, there's some issues. There's some issues there with the Stanek approach. And, you know, command could heal that, but that's not really ever been his game. You know, he came up in the Rays system. Throw everything down the middle as hard as you can. And when he was sitting 100, 101, when nobody else did, it was different. So it's a little bit interesting. Turned in late to get to Jose Soriano. I did not. I want to watch him still. Do the Nats have a bullpen card? Yes, and I took it one time. Yeah. Emerson Hancock looks good. His changes have materialized. I did a quick Senga watching earlier. It's not earlier on the stream if you want to back it up. I think he looks good. I didn't see much going on there at the end. What's going on with Jacob Marcy? He's off to a tough start. I believe in him. He's got a nice swing. But, you know, the league's pitching him a little differently now. They understand that his bat pat's very flat. They're doing a lot of they're pitching him down with sinkers, changeups, and he's been a little too patient getting himself in bad counts, as will the Heat fans saying here as well. All right. Next up. I know we have Janson Junk potentially to watch. I know we have who else did I put here? Junior Caminero, Shane McLanahan, Michael Wacha. Oh, let's watch the Ohtani home run real quick. Sorry, Blue Jays fans. I just didn't really get a good chance to look at it. Off Mantiply. This is the Brendan Little replacement.
Top of the order, beginning with Shohei Ohtani.
Sinker ball.
With Arizona.
So this is the strategy versus Ohtani is like a low slot lefty with like some sinkers, but looks like he just spams them, and Shohei gets them measured. So 3 sinkers in a row. Here's number 4, and he measured it up, and he understands it now. So kaboom. I mean, that's not even a strike, but again, you just can't throw a great hitter 4 pitches of the same shape in the same location, especially when they're 87 miles an hour. He's too good for that. I mean, he's literally the GOAT. So 108 at 25, stupid swing. I mean, this is like an inside out to dead center swing on a sinker down in, left on left. I mean, but again, it's just too many. He saw it too many times. Saw it too many times. He's too good. And I feel bad for the Jays because they're not at full strength at this moment. And I know that a lot of people probably had this series circled on their calendars because it's the World Series rematch. But yeah, that's rough. That's rough to say the least. All right, there's the Shohei homer. Let's do Michael Wacha because he's not getting a lot of love, but he's been really freaking good for a while now. 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, 102 pitches. Very nice, .69 ERA through his first 2 or 3 games. 8 hard hit balls, but most of them are going to be fly balls or hard ground balls on his changeup. Let's see, 33 fastballs, 30 changeups, 18 cutters, 10 sinkers, 7 curves, 4 sliders. He faced a ton of lefties in this game. He threw 87 pitches versus lefties in this game and 15 versus righties. I actually think righties might be a better matchup for the offense against him, but it's neither here nor there. Interesting that he pitched so good with only 13% chase and 15% whiff. So it's going to be obviously a lot of contact here. Who did he face? Cleveland? All right, Cleveland Guardians and Kansas City Royals. Michael Wacha, who it's crazy to say, but he's like a super OG at this point. All right, first batter of the game is a base hit by my favorite player, Stephen Kwan. And now here's a cutter to the great Chase DeLauder. He might get a video as well since he's been one of the sick righties. Nice play by Vinny. Look at Vinny get dropped down into this sidearm sling stance for this throw. These are not easy plays. Nice play. So you're going to see an awesome changeup and some really good command by Wacha. That's generally what he does, but it's just an awesome changeup. He has a little bit of that Trey Savage downhill plane action working that hides the changeup within his fastball. When he's right, he throws four seams with a lot of downhill action and it really hides the changeup. So they think they're swinging at a four seam and it's just a changeup. So it makes him really hard to hit. All right, second inning. First pitch pop up by Reese. Here is a called strike 3 on a cutter, probably backdoor. Perfect backdoor cutter. Bo Naylor with the challenge. Salvi already throws it around. He says, "You don't know shit." And on the ABS, that is all up in there. Nice pitch. Great. Let's watch the pitch again because this is just phenomenal execution. I love a great backdoor freeze. Look at this. Boop. Dotted. All right, next batter. Ooh, a sinker on a lefty in. This is not a thing he's ever done before. So utilizing both sides of the plate from ball to strike. So he just went ball strike over here, and now he's trying to go ball strike over here. So this is great. He can freeze you on both sides from both sides, and he can also make you chase from both sides and below. So this is how you dominate with below average velocity. Is you can make your strikes look like balls and your balls look like strikes, and he's doing it from both sides. So here's the sinker, and you see the beauty of the front door sinker, particularly when it's up in the zone, is that they can't get their hands extended and they hesitate a little bit because the pitch starts off the plate in, just like this one does. So then when they go to fire, they can't beat you to the spot because you need to be quicker on inside pitches. And even though this isn't even dotted that much, you see he's late and he breaks his bat a little bit. I think that's a piece of wood popping off, right? Or something. I don't know what that is, but good pitch by Wacha, and I like the new addition to the arsenal. All right, four seam away. Another dotted call 3, strike 3. So I've been talking about the ability to freeze and how this really helps you when your chase starts to go away. But he's done it twice. Just perfect dotted pitches to end at bats. Early in this game. All right, here's a changeup. Popped up by Rocchio. Over to Michael Garcia, WBC MVP. In-play runs. So he gets clipped by Kwan. Kwan 2 for 2 to start the game and takes him right down the line for a home run on 2-0. No, on a 0-0. Kwan will take his shots 0-0, which I think is pretty good for a guy who really doesn't hit the ball hard, but he's just such a smart hitter. And, on the pitching side, solo home runs don't beat you. Got to score to win and all that good stuff. So everybody's okay with this outcome. But again, it's a pulled four seam, right? It's the same thing as we just saw with DeGrom, right? Salvi set up away. Look where the miss is. Misses across the zone. And those are the ones that tend to flatten out and get hit. So credit to Kwan there. On to the next. Here's DeLauder. Four-seamer. I think DeLauder wants to pull everything middle in. I'd be pitching him away, away, away. That's what they do there. Be curious to see how that keeps evolving. Here is Jose. Jose swings at a bad pitch. Jose's off to a bad start. You know that just means pain for somebody else down the line. Also good to see a true athlete make a play on a pop-up, a.k.a. a pitcher. How are you watching these? What platform is it under? It's under the Dugout app from MLB. It's a private app, so not available. But here's a hit batter. He went for that front door sinker, just clipped him. It's going to happen sometimes. So yeah, it's a private app. That's why we get the awesome access. Oh. 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 Deflection double play. We got to watch this a few more times. This is amazing. So Garcia dives here to stop it from being a hit, and it rolls right to Bobby in enough time for them to still turn 2. Holy shnikes. Suck it, Reese. That sucks. That's incredible. Does he run out of the box? I think so. Oh, he hesitated a little bit, but I still think he would have been out even if he didn't. My goodness, what a lucky double play. We'll take it, though. Yeah, it is sick. Change up, chopped to Vinny, over to Wacha. Wacha. Still here in the 5th, 1 run allowed. Now he's getting a lot of quick outs. 4-seam up, ejected into the air. Can of corn. In play hit here to Arias. Yeah, that was the old routine 5-6-4-3. Very rarely seen. Oh, Jack, show off the arm, Jack. All right, double. First pitch out for Rocchio. So Rocchio, I think, got out twice on first pitches. A little fly out there. Back to the top of the order. Can he get Kwan out? Another pretty good swing by Kwan, but right at Bobby, so he does get him out. Kwan will have to settle for 2 for 3 off Wacha. 3-0 count. Ball 4 to DeLauder. Another 3-2 count to Jose. Another walk, so back-to-back walks here in the 6th. Let's see how he gets out of this. Manzardo. Change up. Not a good pitch, but it's going to work. Line drive right to Vinny, over to Bobby for the double play. Holy shnikes. You're supposed to freeze. You got to freeze on the line drive when you're at second. Doesn't freeze. Actually freezes, but doesn't move back. And it's a nice ending in double play. So he's had two, count them, 2 miracle double plays. All right, 7th inning and a strikeout on a backdoor sinker. Love that. And a walk here. So pitching deep into this ball game. Let's see if he gets a double play to end it. No. Backdoor cutter to Kafis. Pulls it in, gets the chopper. Vinny to second. Another underhanded throw. Man, Vinny's got a nice throwing. How do you do this, Vin? How do you flip like this? I would have just taken the out here, but he goes and gets the lead runner, which is very significant because obviously if a man's in scoring position, 1 single beats you there. All right, last batter. Still 93-3. He's over 100 pitches. That's a mistake. So he got away with some stuff in the 7th, but overall, he knows what he's doing. He gets his freezes. Wacha is a great pitcher, guys, and he's gotten better with age. And I really couldn't be more impressed with him the last few years because he went through a tough period somewhere in the middle with the Mets and I believe maybe the Red Sox a little bit. But he went through a tough period and he's kind of come out of it. Still averaging 93 on his heater this year. This is insane. 95-1 is the average fastball now for a right-handed pitcher. 95-1. 95-1. That's so crazy. How have we gotten to this point? Let me look at his baseball reference. Because he's got to have, what, 13 years now or something? And really, ever since, yeah, Boston actually is where he turned it around. This was the bad period. 2019, or really 2016 through 2019, although he did have one pretty good turn through the rotation here in 17-18. So I'm going to put that behind him. But yeah, the Mets season was tough. 2020, I guess that's the fake year, so you can kind of discount it. And then the Rays year was tough with a 5 ERA. But since then, I mean, look at him since 2022. Aggregated since 2022, 109 starts with a 3.4 ERA, and he's accumulated 12.7 WAR in that time and won 50 games. 509 strikeouts, 123 ERA plus. So that's literally from 30 to 34. So he's got plenty more in the tank. This guy might pitch till he's like 38, 39 or something and actually accumulate way more stuff than other people would realize. He's got an outside shot at like getting close to 200 wins. I don't know if that'll actually happen. He's at 112 now, but Interesting guy to follow a little bit. All right. Back to the solo shot. I was 38 playing open hardball at first base. Pitcher yelled at me for not getting pop-up on the mound. Pitchers. Yeah, but you got to get out of the way of the real athletes, Enzo. You know, that's the pitchers. 22 and 23 walk was lights out. Boston and Padres. So he's been good lately. Really good lately. Last time the 5-6-4-3 was pulled off was in 95 when the Giants did it in a game against the Expos. So very rare double play there. Can't believe they did not give Joe Adell 1 WAR for the game. I think they gave him 0.4. 0.4 is a crazy amount of WAR to accumulate in one game, though. I'll say that. So, all right. Do we need? Is it Janson Junk time? I know there's been some Janson Junk questions, and I'm curious as well because this guy's a command god. Yeah, Junk versus Williamson, command god with now a little bit more to his fastball. So, okay, let me figure this game out. This was the Fish and the Reds. Now Williamson technically had the better outing, right? Because he gave up no runs in 6 2/3. Junk 7 1/3, 7 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. I don't think I'm going to get to Brandon Williamson. The questions have been more about Junk. Junk's got one of the super lowest walk rates going over the past few years. So that's like kind of his superpowers. He's never going to walk you. Also, man, look at the spread on these pitches, and this four-seam's got crazy lift on it. He's averaging 19.3 inches of rise. That's elite. That's elite. That's crazy. And then on top of that, the changeup's got massive separation, 2.4 inches. So 19 down to 2. 16, 17 inches of separation. And then on top of that, it's not even his primary. It's the slider. Gyro slider, 2 and -5.4. He also has a sweeper to tunnel off that. And a curveball. So an array of breaking balls, a really lifty four-seam, and a changeup, and no walks whatsoever. Last season, his walk rate was incredible. What was it? 99th percentile, 2.9% walk for Janson Junk last year, which turned him into, pretty effective despite a lot of the other metrics not agreeing. But now he's come back with better stuff. So if you have the command already and now your stuff's improving, that's good to see. He's averaging almost 95 on his heater. What did he average last year? 93. So he's gone up almost 1.5 miles an hour, maintained his command, and overall his stuff's gotten better and more interesting. So Janson Junk, which great name. I mean, obviously, great name for the Marlins versus the Redlegs. So this is 96 with 17.7 inches of vert for a leadoff single by TJ Friedel. And here's a walk. So the very rare walk for Junk. That was a ball, okay. And then he gets to work here. All right, Ellie De La Cruz, 94.8. We have enlarged spleens all over the place. Yeah. Oh, nice play by Slater. 1 out in the first. In play out, slider to Sal Stewart. Sal Stewart back in his hometown of Miami. Ooh, nice double play. And he starts his homecoming off with a double play. So this is the slider. That's his #1 primary. Probably mostly to righties. Little gyro piece. Nice defense there. Second inning. Junk got stuff, not just a junk baller. Yeah. Ooh, Gino just misses one. Flies it out to left. Nice play out there. 93-1. Here's a strikeout. 95-8 called strike. Down freeze. That's the down freeze. Seen it all day. Nice pitch there. And then he's going to get an out here on Will Benson. Beats him up top. So now that the fastball's got more lift on it and more velo on it, man, and he's in the zone a lot, look for him to dot up and down. That's 20 inches on 96. That's a nice pitch. And he's got a pro stash. All right, here's that slider. Start off the third to Stevenson. And that's pretty much down the middle. Popped up. The trop looks much brighter. Apparently, the rehab is allowing more light. And how'd you like pitching there? Everybody seems to like pitching in the trop, but I was never really that comfortable there. I had a couple good outings, but overall, I never felt great on that mound for whatever reason. But that being said, I kind of like the Trop in general. I never really disliked it. It just sucks that they don't get enough people. But man, that fastball's playing really up in the really well up in the zone. I mean, that Friedel's nowhere near that. But I don't know. I'm not a Trop hater. It's just an interesting thing. Sweeper popped up here. So getting some quick outs. Ellie, ground ball hit. He's giving up 2 exact hits like that. Does Ellie try to go for 2 on this? Oh, yeah, you better believe it. You can't give him an inch. Ground ball double. Oh, in play runs. So here's Sal Stewart. Second at bat. Homecoming. Gets the RBI knock. 4-seam heater down the middle. Just doesn't get it to the top or the bottom. That's the pitch that's going to get hit. That medium height. Sal Stewart's got a nice swing. Very Buster Posey-ish swing, in my opinion. How hard he hit that? 103. He can hit. The kid can hit. I don't know if he can play the field, but the kid can hit. All right, right on right changeup. I love his changeup. Huge separation off the fastball. Oh, God. Did they get a double play on this? What happened here? That was crazy. All right, next play. How is in-zone approach different from Sandy's? Well, Sandy has multiple fastballs. Got 4-seam and sinker and changeup, and they're all power pitches. So, I mean, it's the same approach. Everybody's got to pound the zone, have more, but at the same time, Sandy can be a little bit more just egregious in the zone all over the place because his stuff has subtle movement that's going to get you off the barrel. Most pitchers don't have that luxury. Most pitchers have to kind of stick and move and also change speeds to get off the barrel. And that's what I think Junk needs to do because he doesn't throw a sinker. The changeup's a huge contrast off of his fastball, and so is the slider. But if he just spammed fastballs in the zone, it would get hit. And I think that's the biggest separator between him and Sandy necessarily is he doesn't have the cutter and sinker. He's not doing the 3 fastball approach. He's just doing the 1 fastball approach with some mix. Slider flied out there. Here's a strikeout on a changeup. Dirty. Dirty pitch there. Is that negative vert? No, 3 vert, but that was gross. Sweeper popped up. Hell of a pitcher's duel in this one. Nice play by Augustin. Marlins already improved thanks to their new manager McCullough, the former Dodgers first base coach. Yeah, but let's not forget they had a great manager before in Skip. You know, the biggest thing for them is like they have to have all their young guys play really well because they don't sign anybody. And they do a great job with their development. But I always feel like they're a few pieces away. And unfortunately, they just don't spend for those pieces. All right, Sal Stewart, slider. Chases a really high one. He's hung a lot of sliders in this game. Got away with a few of them, but here's a sweeper. Probably another pop-up, I would assume. Oh, no, grounder. Sanoa getting out his Venezuelan teammate. Spencer Steer. Slider, fly ball. They've hit some sliders pretty well. I think he's benefited a little bit from being in Marlins Park in this game. He's gotten a little lucky, but overall, I mean, you make your own luck by being in the strike zone a lot. There's a hit by Will Benson. Here's a called strikeout on a slider right down the middle. So he's definitely hanging a lot of sliders, and it's a strike him out, throw him out. It's sick. So he gets to go out for the 8th. 8th inning. Slider, homer. Got finally clipped in the 8th for that second run. I mean, that's been waiting to happen the whole game. He's been hanging sliders all game. Let's see what he did here. He went from sweeper to slider. So usually you don't go that direction. Usually you go smaller to bigger breaking ball. This time he goes bigger to smaller, and he pays the price by leaving it in the zone. So that's interesting. I mean, I know he didn't call the pitch. That was an interesting choice there. He does get at least 1 out here in the 8th. Ground ball by Ke'Bryan. And then his last batter is a hit by Friedel. So Friedel was kind of on him. Friedel had a couple hits and a walk. Oh, this is a bunt. Perfect bunt. Put in your pocket. I think the biggest thing helping Junk is that his stuff has improved. He's not necessarily like, I don't think his approach is anything special except for the strike throwing. And now he has a better separation between his pitches. So that's my read on Junk so far. Let's see what TJ Stuff is saying. Now that it's one day later, so I can actually look at his stuff a little bit, you know. Yesterday, Miami. You know, you can't even get them now. You can't even get them now live anymore. They put everything under Patreon. I'm trying. Maybe they should give me a free. They should give me a free whatever, because I'm giving him love on the stream here. So whatever. To hell with you. Let's go look at Fangraphs. Janson Junk stuff plus. What does Eno say? Big jump in his stuff into the season. So now we're looking at a potential breakout candidate when you combine good stuff with no walks. 104 grade on the fastball. That's a huge jump up. Huge jump up from the previous year of 92. 109 on the slider is the jump up from last year's 100. Curveball down, changeup way up, so better, more separation probably from the four seam is why that jumped up in stuff plus. But I mean, now he's got a 112 pitching plus. That's gonna rate very, very high. That's gonna rate very, very highly. Let's see what Robert Stock thinks on his metric. We got a lot of different ways we can look at things. Janson Junk, 105 stuff plus, location plus 101, pitching plus 101. So he does not as high as Eno, but that didn't count his game yesterday because he had a second game and his stuff looked phenomenal. Now, what exactly changed on the shape? So this year he's getting 19.3 and 7. Last year he was throwing it slower and he was getting 18.1 and 2. So a much better fastball shape this year than last year. Is that a spin efficiency thing? Arm angle actually came down, so that's going to play up even better. But let's see, active spin on the four seam, 2026, 91%. Last year, 88%. So yes, getting a little better active spin, creating a little more lift on the fastball, and doing it from a little bit of a lower slot. So I'm impressed with Janson Junk's adjustments, as well as the changeup. The changeup has less active spin now, which is good, creating more drop and way more seam shifted wake. So last year his changeup was coming out at 130 and ending at 215. This year it's coming out at 130, ending at 245. That's way more drop. It's going to create way more drop out of the same release. So he's getting into better seam orientation. So 2025, it was 6.6 and 14. 2026, it's 2.4 and 16. So, okay, on a very basic level, he's improved the lift on his four seam and the drop on his changeup. So when those are your two best pitches, you know, that's a big difference. Has he changed the slider at all? Slider 2.7 and 5.4 this year. Last year it had a little more lift. So he's created more drop on his off speed, more lift on his four seam. Great combination if you can pull it off. And he's off to a nice start. 2 starts, 3.09 ERA, and went deep in the game. So another guy making improvements and another possibly interesting arm on the Marlins. So you got to give the Marlins credit in that they are just doing a very good job individually with player development on each of these guys. Well, I do know he's also a driveline guy, so we'll give him maybe a little bit of credit as well. I thought IVB was supposed to fall as arm angle fell. Junk managed the opposite. How often does that happen? You're totally right, and that's why it's impressive. So typically, as your arm angle drops, it's harder to stay square behind the ball, right? If you're over the top, you can come through the ball, which results in more pure backspin. As you drop, you can see your hands here. You're not getting pure backspin anymore. You're getting some element of side. So a lot of times, if you have a low slot, but a guy who can hike his wrist up, that's how you maintain better four-seam spin. So technically, yeah, most of the time when you drop your arm, it comes with a lower level of IVB, and you tell yourself it's okay because I'm going to upshoot it, so my VAA will be flatter and this ball will play. But if you can do all of those things I just said, but also add inches of rise by cocking your wrist and being a little lower but still getting better backspin, which is the trick that Junk is actually managing to do. As we can see, the IVB has gone up about 2 inches, right? This is, we said 18 last year. This year it's at 19.3. So he's managed to pull off, it's not impossible, but he's managed to pull off something that's really hard to do. Lowering your slot, but also increasing your IVB. So pretty neat trick there, and now he's become a little bit more of an interesting pitcher. So despite having a very interesting name, the most interesting thing about him now is his fastball and his changeup. So very cool. Man, my Jays suck ass. Got well-deserved ass whipping from LA. They're just a little bit of a mess right now. Give the Jays a little time to get it together. But yeah, not so good so far. All right. What are we looking at next? I'm going to take a 2-second break just to pee, and then I'll come right back. So I'm going to put it on the loading screen for a second while I pee real quick, and then I'll come back. Where's this drive line in my slider breakdown? Is there anything I can look at? Like an easy thing I can pop up? I mean, we watched Amai's last game. It's amazing how interesting his slider really is. I mean, mostly backing up, at times dropping really nicely. The hitters are taking some funky swings. Particularly Langoliers is a guy who's hot and took some bad swings against Amai the other day. The Jays IL right now is a whole playoff-worthy roster on its own. Brutal. It is brutal, but that's why you can't judge this team right now. They're just not in a good spot health-wise. Kirk being out's a big deal as well as the pitching. Any chance you're going to review Bello and give us Sox fans some hope? Yeah, I can do that. Let me just make sure that I'm not missing too much because we're at hour 40 here. I want to make sure I hit everything I said I was going to hit. I haven't looked at any of the Rays stuff yet. I wanted to check out McLanahan and Caminero, but we'll do Bello first. All right, let's check out Bello. I know the Sox lose yesterday's game, to Milwaukee. What was Brayan Bello's start? 3 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, 86 pitches. All right, I'm gonna semi-speed watch it, but when the big moments come, I'll go pitch by pitch. What was the mix? 34 sinkers, 25 cutters, 12 changeups. I think that cutter's actually the death ball now. Is that the new pitch that he was throwing in the WBC that was better? Because it did get 67% whiff yesterday. Maybe it's curveball? Curveball also. We'll see in a minute. Curveball, 11. Fastball, 4-seam, only 3 of those, and 1 sweeper. Okay, so Bello versus the Brewers. The Sox. I know the Sox are off to a rough go right now, early on, but here we go. Sell the team chance hurts the soul. It's tough, but you know what? Boston, they love their team, so they're not going to accept this type of shit early. Okay, so this is 85-8 cutter, but let's be honest, this is a slider. Okay, this is a slider. Little bullet slider, gets away with this one. This is a good pitch to hit. Next at bat, and it's a hit from William Contreras, who is about to go fight somebody. Or no, that's Wilson. Everything is not getting converted. Story does a good job to get to this ball. Obviously doesn't get a good grip on it. And throws it away for an infield hit. Here's a 3-2 to Yelich. Takes some way back. Okay, we have to watch this whole at bat because lefties are the whole thing with Bello. And I know from experience, he has a similar arm slot to me, similar mix, east-west. Lefties, you're going to have to really locate. So you don't want sinker and zone to be the pitch that is the thing. So let's just see. All right, first pitch, sinker here to Yelich. Supposed to be front door, throws it down the middle. Next pitch, curveball. This is the new pitch, I believe. Yes, this is the pitch I like from the WBC. Death ball with some drop. 83.6. Only 2 inches of horizontal break, but down -6.1. This is a good pitch. That's going to get chase. All right, so 1-1 count. Here comes another chain. This is a sinker again. 93.4. I don't know why they're going sinker to Yelich. I think they're thinking that his bat path, they can get him to chop some balls down. But in his prime, sinker was a really good pitch for him to hit. They try to get chase there again. No, another sinker attempt. Trying to freeze him. Misses, and that leads to the 3-2 sinker. So he didn't show him any other fastball shape in this at-bat. And he's in a spot where Yelich knew he had to throw a strike, so he's ready to swing at it. I think that's a little bit of the issue with not switching fastball types there, not really locating anything in despite trying to. There's that breaking ball for the strikeout. See, this is the adjustment I like. This is the adjustment that I thought, when I watched him throw for Dominican, I said to myself, oh man, if he can get a pitch that can create chase below the zone, that's going to be a big deal. And at least he's added that. And another strikeout. So he punches his way out of the first inning with some pretty good strikeouts. One on a curveball, death ball, one on a changeup. This is a very nice changeup here. But I just can't see him surviving throwing a ton of sinker in zone right on left. All right, second inning, he's going to get a strikeout with a cutter, which is really a slider, back foot. Nice pitch there. You see what teams do. Every batter's a lefty. You know, pretty much every batter. There's a ball. Here's a hit on a bunt. Perfect bunt, put it in your pocket. 2 on. Here's a called strike 3 on a sinker. Does he locate this one in? Yep, this time he does. So that's what they were trying to do the whole time. But I'm going to tell you right now, like, the way he steps and everything, it's going to be hard for him to consistently locate this. He's going to pull this ball a lot, but that's an important pitch for him because he has to get called strike 3s, you know? So, nice pitch there. All right, in play out on a sinker to Terang. Ground ball the other way. There's Durbin. All right, so 2 good innings. Third inning, leadoff walk. Always the Cardinals' sin. It's the only righty in the lineup today, and he walks him. And now a 10-pitch at-bat with Yelich leading to no out. We should watch this whole at-bat, too, after I see what happens. All right, let's watch the whole at-bat. Because Yelich, first at-bat, what did he see? He saw a couple of breaking balls that were non-competitive and a whole lot of sinkers. So slider, cutter, strike 1 there. Here comes a sinker. Low, 1-1, changeup now. I would expect to see changeup. Also, in this spot, you want a ground ball, but you got to be a little careful here, and I'll show you a little nuance here in a moment. So that's a nice pitch. But okay, look at the high home. Look at the defensive alignment here with a man on first. You have the first baseman holding on the runner, which means this hole's wide open over here, right? So any type of hard pulled grounder is going to be a hit, and really the worst type of hit other than an extra base hit, because it'll allow the runner to go first to third, right? So in this spot, it's tricky to pitch in this spot because of all of that. You really want to get the ground ball hit here, or you want to get it to hit up the middle. And, you know, it's easy to influence the batter. To some extent, it's easy to influence the batter to either pull a ball or go oppo, but it's hard to get them to go up the middle. So, you know, it's like you want to get him reaching at a slow pitch so he can't pull it fully in the hole, or you want to beat him in on a fast pitch so he can't pull it as hard. Like, those are your options. So you're either looking for a rollover changeup away, or you're looking for a jammed fastball here in this spot so they can't pull it either. So it's a little bit of a tricky spot, you know, when you're trying to get a ground ball here. And it ends up being what undoes him at the end, because he does get a grounder, but it's going to be through the hole. Anyway, 1-2 count. Let's keep watching this at bat. Tries to go for the strikeout on the curveball below. Good take by Yelly. Sinker here. They still continue to go for this freeze. This time he makes the pitch pretty good, but he fires at it. Backdoor cutter attempt. Ooh, should have challenged it. He made that pitch. This is where making the challenge or not making the challenge is a big deal. I mean, this is a hell of a pitch. But they don't challenge it, and they don't end the at-bat, and this is going to cost the Sox here. 3-2. Now they got a battle. That's the pitch you wanted to throw early because that's going to get the proper ground ball in my mind. Dotted down and away changeup. But instead, he tips it foul, sees another pitch. Cutter coming in here. Fouls it away. Changeup. Now, you've noticed they didn't want to throw any sinkers away here because he saw one the other day. Ooh, changeup away. Almost extra bases. Where's this pitch? God, that looks almost fair to me. But it's not. And then he gets the double play ball. Except, again, they're holding on the runner. So even though he did throw what I told him to throw, which is that off-speed pitch down and away so the rollover doesn't get through the hole, that's still the issue with being a ground ball pitcher in this spot sometimes. Yelich hits it just enough so it's past the dive of the first baseman. Contreras, and now they're going to have first and third. Well, he doesn't go to third, but you get the idea. All right, 2 guys on, next batter. Strikeout of Mitchell, curveball below. Nope, curveball up, swing and miss, okay. Next batter. Change up. Ground ball. This time they can make the play. Marcelo over to Story. Oh, yeah, I forgot to watch Soriano. I think I have a little time. We can still watch him. All right, in play outs. Sinker going for that front door. Leaves it middle, so kind of fortunate to get away with it there. But hey, he pitched around some shit in this inning. No runs in the third. I guess it unravels in the fourth. All right, let's watch this whole at-bat here versus Frelick, who starts off the fourth. First pitch, sinker, strike. Second pitch, sinker, same pitch, same result, strike. Third pitch, curveball. Doesn't get it to the dirt, I'm guessing. Oh, and it's just a perfectly placed ball up the middle that can't be fielded. So the mistake here is not getting the ball below the zone, but also kind of bad luck on the contact. Then he comes out and he walks this next batter, and that's majorly a problem because now there's 2 on and no out. And that leads us to this at-bat where they bunt again. Instead of getting the lead runner, they get the first runner. Did he have a shot at the lead runner? Let's see. Absolutely could have gotten the lead runner, but he's not aggressive. So now there's second and third, 1 out. And then it's a 4-pitch walk. So you see the issue too, like when he gets in trouble with a lot of these lefties, he can't really go into swing and miss mode too much against them. He's not going to get a ton of it, so he's got to nibble, and that's when the walks come into play. So now it's bases loaded, and he's got Contreras up. So let's see what happens here. This is the only righty in the lineup, so he should be able to pitch him in for a double play. Sinker down in ball. It was a good attempt there. Cutter again. Swing over the top, good pitch there. Sinker back in again, trying to get that double play. I'm fully on board with this pitch call, but he doesn't execute. 2-1. Sinker again. You can see still got it if you can make it. Good pitch. 2-2. Sinker again. Still going for it. Gets the swing off the plate, which is what he wants. And now they go to the cutter. And it's just down the middle. Still gets the chopper. That's just bad defense, though. That should have been a double play. So he should have been out of it. He got the ground ball he wanted. I can't blame Bello for this too much, although the 2 walks set up this inning. But boy, the Red Sox defense is just not helping out. That's tough to watch. All right, let's watch the Whitlock throw. The Roman throw, since everybody's been asking about it. Here it is. So Whitlock came in. He wasn't particularly sharp. He ends up with a 2-on, 2-out situation. Roman gets this ball in left, and I just don't understand what happened here. I know that he might have a little yippy situation going on, so he should probably, play the bounce. But is this also a little bit of an issue of where the cutoff man is, Durbin? Who am I looking to blame here? Not really anybody, because it's not fun to make fun of people with the yips, but I mean, okay, so he has the ball in plenty of time. He catches it here. Guy's not even a third yet. All right, not even a third yet. Now, the direct line to home is something like that. Durbin gets there, but a little late. The throw's made when Roman's here, and I think that's the issue. He's looking at the cutoff man and not at home plate. You got to throw it straight through home and trust that the cutoff man will get there. But he's had plenty of time. He had plenty of time to make this throw. It's just a really bad throw. And then also, not for nothing, but Whitlock wasn't really in position to back up either. He does do a good job getting back to the plate, but he's also snoozing and he lets the runner go to third. So very uncharacteristic all around here by several players on the Red Sox. Obviously the Roman throw, but also Whitlock's back up and then not being aware, heads up in the moment to get the ball to third. Durbin didn't get into position fast enough. How quickly does Durbin move here? I'm looking at Durbin. He actually breaks towards third initially before lining up home. So a lot of people fudged on this play. Roman's throw, Durbin's lineup, Whitlock's back up, and then Whit not being aware right here that this runner's going. Just not great. Just not great. So just not a great game. Just not a great moment. I mean, I'm not, I'll give everybody a break. I know he just got back from paternity leave, but not great. He bobbles the ball on the transfer. Yeah. I mean, it's just, when it rains, it pours right now, huh, guys? I wonder if they're going to play a lot of Duran in left and maybe start DHing Roman a little bit. I'd be curious about that. We're always blaming the catcher for not challenging now. Whatever happened to blaming the ump? He's still the one making the call. I reserve the right to blame the ump. All right, good comment here, Maya. You're right. We can blame the ump. But it's also like now you can do something about it. So, the guys who make the right call back there behind the plate, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And the cutoff didn't seem great either. It's time for a players-only meeting in the room. I probably, it's a little early, but they got to figure something out. They got to get their heads together, figure out what direction they want to be in. You can't fire the meeting all the time. Like you got to do it once in a while, or it loses its impact. But I think that right now, like the start they're off to, it's fair to have a little chat. I wouldn't make it like this official thing, but like they should have a little chat. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are talking a lot. Behind the scenes. Obviously, nobody wants to play bad. Obviously, nobody wants to get booed off the field. So give this team some time. They still do have a lot of talent on this roster, particularly on the pitching side. So we'll see. All right, let's watch the Contreras get hit by pitch and get real angry here. So apparently Woodruff's hit him 6 times. I would sign up for a Contreras versus Big Woo fight. I would. But also, though, he's mad about this pitch. He's mad about this pitch, and this pitch is not that far in, to be fair. I mean, it's almost equal with the strike zone. So I don't know. I'm not on anybody's side here, but if I'm pitching, I'm like, bro, you got hit. You got dotted, but you got hit. So I don't know. I'm down for a good old charge the mound. I would love to break down a charge the mound segment. But we'll see. We'll see if we get any fireworks today. Wilson's mad. Woodruff unfazed. He's asking if that even hit him. What's crazy is he got some revenge. He hits a double here. Let me see if he has some crazy reaction after the double. So I'm sure he's fired up. Oh, it's a little bloop me double.
It's in and bounces into the stands as the run scores. It'll go for a double. And the Red Sox
staring definitely at the other dugout. I mean, you see him here. He's not looking at his own team. He's looking at the other team and the pitcher. Contreras is mad. He's big mad. Contreras big mad. And then later he homers here. I know he spikes somebody too. Here's a homer. Let's see how long he enjoys this one off Zerpa. Little Venezuelan on Venezuelan crime here. So maybe not as much. Man, off the light stanchion. Let's see. I mean, the kid can hit. Not much. Not a whole lot of reaction there. Here's the other single and then a subsequent spiking. Base knock there. So that was what, in the 7th inning? Okay. Ashby. These are a bunch of flyouts. So it must have been earlier in the game. After the first at-bat, maybe? Or after he got hit? So 3rd inning, Woodruff? Yeah, right here. So he spikes somebody right here? Let's see. Oh, yeah, he went in real hard right there. Oh, cleats high. And that's an old Red Sox, David Hamilton. Man, he came to kill right there. Do we have it long enough at center field, Cam? Ah, that's disappointing. That is disappointing. Let's look at high home. He ripped his pants. Oh, yeah, he definitely got him in the leg, and he knew it because he got up and ran right away. All right, we'll keep our eye out for some fireworks today for the Sox and the Brew Crew. That's a red card. Card, sir. Contreras has been hit 24 times by Brewers pitching. It's why he was big mad. Yeah, he was mad. If catchers do all the challenging, I wonder if that affects the way the zone gets called. No embarrassment for balls that are called strikes, but catchers challenge for the inverse. I don't know. We got a lot to learn about this challenge system as we go. Most dangerous dude who's ever been pissed at you from the batter's box. I mean, I keep saying Puig. I always feel like Puig was going to kill me at some point, but he never did. He never came out there. Yeah, I know. I'm too lazy to go to YouTube right now. But he did get him. He got him good there, no doubt. All right, so I've been told we have to watch Jose Soriano. So we'll do that. I have like 3 more things to watch, and then we'll do probables. I know we're 2 hours in, but it's fine. Jose Soriano is from the Angels of Anaheim. This guy's been an absolute demon this year already. I think he's making the leap. 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, no walks, 10 strikeouts. The big difference is now he's getting strikeouts. His knuckle curve is filthy, and he outduels Chris Sale in this one. 32 sinkers, 24 knuckle curves, 18 four-seamers, 12 splitters, 11 sinkers. He averaged 96.2 on the heater. He got 30% whiff. 42% on that knuckle curve. To me, that's the biggest thing now is the knuckle curve has gotten extremely nasty. He got 47% chase in this game. So even though 43% zone rate, 71% strikeout. So I do think this guy's making the leap. I think he's going to be in the short list at the end of the year of dudes to look out for. So it's Atlanta and it's Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Soriano. He's been on the short list of one of my most impressive guys to open the year. He's got incredibly low IVB on that sinker, so everything is super droppy, and he can run it up to over 100 on that pitch. That's going to get him a lot of easy contact outs. Here's a homer. Great swing by Drake Baldwin on 4-seam. This is why analysts are like, stop throwing your bad 4-seam, but this was a good pitch that just got a better swing. Sometimes good pitch, better swing. So there's the homer. That's the only run he's going to allow. All right, we'll keep rolling. Here's a hit to Olsen on a sinker. Perfect location with that. But he's always 1 pitch away from a double play with his stuff. Yep. Easy double play there. And that's the thing about guys with sinkers like him. You're going to get a lot of double plays. You're going to have an opportunity to go deep into the game. 4-seam heater here gets above the barrel of Yastrzemski just a touch. Here is Ozzy. This is also a good test for him. Good tough matchup with them all being left-handed. You can imagine the righties are doomed against him with that sinker knuckle curve approach. And in the early returns here, he got a little lucky with some of these balls. A lot of warning track flyouts. Dom Smith. Kind of lucky there a little bit. So I'm not super impressed through 2 of this game. Here's a strikeout on that knuckle curve. This is the pitch I was talking about. This thing is vicious. Nasty. I mean, this is 86 mile an hour with 2 plane break with heavy drop late. Yee. That's why I think he's making the leap because of this pitch. And he's going to punch out Dubon on it as well. Yep, you're out. Nobody can hold up on that. See ya. Next. Ronnie, sinker in. Ground ball to short. Neto. 4th inning. Knuckle curve. Back door. Gets Drake there. No challenge. 4-seam. Doors up top. Nasty. That's where the 4-seam needs to be when he throws it. It's way up top. His put-away pitches are 4-seam up top, sinker, comebacker for strike, splitter in the dirt, and mostly this pitch, which is honestly, this is one of the best pitches in the game now, in my opinion. This knuckle curve is extreme. Extreme movement at 87. And it's just so different from everything else he has. Sinker to Yastrzemski rolled over. Swinging strike on a split here. 94 mile-an-hour split. Ew. Ew. Negative 3.6 and 11.
Be careful around you Giants.
I think my prediction is he'll finish in the top 5 in AL Cy Young this year. I really think so. Split here to Dom. AO would have made lots of money betting on Cy Young winner Soriano. Yeah, I don't know if he'll win it, but he's going to be in the conversation, I'm pretty sure, as long as he stays healthy, because he's making the leap with these swing and misses. He wasn't like really a huge strikeout pitcher, but now he's got everything he had before plus more whiff. So that's a level up, Sitch. I don't think they can even really square up that knuckle curve very well. Here's the slider, which he doesn't throw a ton of. My God, that Albie stance is putrid. That, you don't like that? That extremely open crouch. Sinker to Ronnie, jams him. Good swing, but just gets off the barrel enough for 104.8. That should have been a home run. He must have side-spun that ball. They need to release the spin data. Release the spin data off the bat. That's just a great swing on a pretty good pitch. But doesn't get anything to show for it. All right, 7th inning now. Baldwin, second time he punches him out looking on the slider. On the knuckle curve, dirty. Another strikeout here on a split. This is going to be dirty too. Yep. See ya, Olsen. Damn, he is filth. I like his delivery too. I feel like he hides the ball really well behind his body. All right, last out of the 7th. High four-seamer. Ooh, good swing. Not quite going to have the distance, though. 98.6. Four seam's vulnerable. He's got to really locate that. Other than that, he can really work within the zone quite a bit. 2-0 sinker. Base hit for Yastrzemski. Strikeout on a splitter. There's that stance that they hate. Nasty. 94 mile-an-hour splitter in the 8th inning with negative 2.7 vert. He's got some of the best stuff in the league. This guy's freaking nasty. If they fall out of contention, look for a big-time team to try to trade for this guy. All right, split down. Chopper by Dom. Taking himself for the second out of the 8th. And the last out, we'll watch the whole thing. 3-pitch strikeout. First pitch sinker, 97.4, fouled away. Second pitch knuckle curve. Backdoor strike. And then third pitch sinker. Wow, he gets him this. That's probably a split. That's a split for sure. Devastating split here. Oh. Below the zone at 94 with heavy drop. So I could not be more high on a pitcher than I am on Soriano right now in the early going. He has been so freaking good. He's leveling up so much. So much with that knuckle curve and the splits looking filthy and whatever. What would the package look for him? Cabrera plus? Well, where is he in terms of his contract and everything? I don't even know enough about his service time or any of that. Jose Soriano, stuff plus. So from a stuff perspective, I guess, how is the knuckle curve rated a 101? Eno, you are just straight up wrong, my friend. You're just straight up wrong. But both fastballs are grading well. Everything grades well. Split, he's gross. He's nasty. ARB eligible next year. So that means 3 years of control, 3+ years of control if you get him at the deadline. Pretty big package coming to whoever goes after Soriano. If the Angels are willing to trade him, which is like, you're a big team. If you think you're going to be contending soon, why would you trade him? But like, you could get a lot for him. He's making the leap, fellas. Through 3 starts this year, 20 innings, 0.45 ERA. He's already accumulated 1.2 WAR this year. And it's not a fluke. The stuff is not lying. The stuff does not lie at all. Where is his salaries or whatever? Eligible 2027, earliest free agent 2029. Yeah, it's going to be a big package. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's going to be big. It's going to be really big. It is baseballandcoffeetheshow@gmail.com. This should be in the it should be up at the top of the of my YouTube page as well. But yeah, that's what it is. 113 location plus is even grosser. This guy is like a real factor in the trade market if the Angels fall out and somebody wants to push in for him, because he's got the ability to shut down any lineup. He's only 27. Huge fan of this guy, and the Angels wouldn't even trade Shohei. It's true, but they have to consider where they're at if they start scuffling this year. I mean, it looks like they'll probably fire everybody, manager, GM, everybody, but yeah, Soriano looks great. He's on the short list of best pitchers in the game for me so far this season. Albies uses a 34.5-inch, 32.5-ounce bat while batting left and a 34-inch, 32-ounce bat from batting right. Long stick for short. It always looks so big. It looks like he's holding a war club in his hand, like all the time. All right, last thing I wanted to look at, I know we're way over the time here, but I don't care, is a couple of these Rays guys, because we haven't really gotten a good look at McLanahan yet. He pitched yesterday, 4 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and then I want to watch Junior Camanero's first home run of this at the Trop, just because he's the man, and I want to check that out. McLanahan, where are we at with McLanahan? What's his velo been like? Has he been looking healthy? Definitely not up to previous levels. 94.3 on the heater yesterday, 23 sliders, 12 changeups, 8 curveballs. How do you do on whiffs? 25% whiff, only 51% strikes. He definitely threw a lot of balls. Let me click on his profile real quick to see where his velo was at pre-injury. 2023. It's been a while, but he was averaging 96.8. So maybe it's a little unfair for me to like worry about his velocity now, but it's 2 miles an hour down pre-injury. Big thing that made him special was the way he would jump off the mound with that extension and have plus velo with the changeup. So that's what kind of stands out to me in what we're looking for him, as he continues to come back from this injury. All right, Rays and Cubbies. Shane McLanahan, and then we'll watch the Caminero home run. We'll do probables for today. All right, Nico Horner is going to strike him out first. Welcome back to the Trop. Changeup. Dirty. I love his changeup. It's got a split grip. It's always been really good, but again, like this is all going to play better with the heater. Dirty pitch right there. All right, next batter is Bregman. It's going to get him with a slider. Jams him with that. Good location there.
Simpson's going to have to come in a hurry. Not a problem for Simpson with that speed out there.
Thanks, Lazy Mary. Big packages, long sticks for shorties. Quite a show we got today. You know, just get your mind out of the gutter, Mary. It's not me. It's not me, I promise. Is Vientos actually back? You know, we watched Mark's at-bats the last few days, and he does look good. He looks super good in the box right now, Maya. He's very similar to what I'm seeing with Stanton right now. No lean back, not trying to do too much, not trying to create anything, hitting the ball where it's pitched, but hitting the ball very hard. He looks balanced. Whatever was ailing him in spring and early is not right now, so expect Mark to be in the lineup a lot. Here's a punch-out on a changeup of Carson Kelly. Dirty changeup here. That's McClanahan's... To me, that's his separator, is how good his changeup and his fastball were when he's right. All right, second inning, immediate 4-pitch walk. And then another 4-pitch walk. So ball 4, ball 8 to start off this game. And then a strikeout on a 3-2 slider to Shaw. Gets the chase. Another strikeout here. It does look brighter in the Trop. Whoever mentioned that earlier, it does. Great pitch there to PCA. Then another slider here. 3-1, doesn't want to give in. And then here's how the runs score. Horner, let's watch this at bat. First pitch slider already on the horn is Cash here. Slider in ball. 4-seam, 94.8. Smash to left, base hit. So there's a 2-run single. And then he's going to get out of this inning with a slide ball to Bregman. Pops it up. Yeah, LED technology, is that what it is? It's the brighter lights or LEDs? Because it's definitely brighter. All right, third inning. Ian Happ. Ooh, that looks like a homer. That's not going to get out, though. Wow. Hey, Chandler Simpson making a play out there in the outfield. I mean, I don't know about that reaction, but nice play. I guess he heard that he's got receipts of everybody questioning his defense. but it's the numbers. It's not us. Fly ball to right. Nice play by the Viking. So 3 up, 3 down in the third. But 2 of them look like they could have been homers. Just gets away with 2 of those. 4th inning. Here's a strikeout on a fastball to Dansby. Ooh, dotted. Dansby hates it, but he doesn't have the onions to challenge, and he would have been wrong anyway. Next, the new roof on that trop looks translucent. I can get on board with that. Oh, nice play at second base. All right, 2 outs. First pitch swing by PCA, and they're guarding the line wisely for the out there. So that's it. They only let him go 4 innings. I am curious to watch a good fastball from him from the side to see what this delivery is looking like. I've always thought it was interesting the way he actually physically leaves the ground, although it's not as much here, but you see how there's kind of like a jump here with the back foot. Peep the back foot here. He's on the ground, but then he kind of leaps it before turning it over. So that's why his extension's so good, even though he's not that big a dude. He jumps a little bit, but it doesn't, to me, look as athletic as it did before. And to me, his arm angle looks a little higher too, so I'm curious to see if I'm right or wrong on that. We'll check on you in a minute, Caminero, but okay, so he's at 38 degrees. Back in 2023, he was at 43, so the arm angle's actually lower. Okay, good to know, good to know. Shape on the fastball, 17, 6, and 9 back in 23 and 26. It's come down a bit. That would make sense with the arm angle as well. All right, so fundamentally different pitcher here as we get back into pitching for McLanahan. Obviously, we're looking to see him kind of level up over time with his velocity, and that will change everything for him. Once the velocity is where it needs to be, changeup will be even better, slider will be even better, he'll get more chase, but I'm going to keep the bar pretty low for him because this is a guy who, you know, rightfully so, was headed towards Cy Young conversations. I mean, look at these 2 years prior to getting hurt. I mean, the kid was rolling, and it's been 3 years. I mean, it's 3 years since 23, so we'll give him some time. He's clearly not all the way back yet. Arm angle's low. We'll see if that sticks. All right, let's watch Junior's home run. Junior Caminero off JMO. It's a first pitch 4-seam, 90 miles an hour. Yeah, it's above the zone, but that's Junior Caminero for a reason. That ball's touched. 106.8 at 28. I think this is his second homer of the year. Second of many. Hit 40-something last year. You know, JMO's still going to be JMO. He's going to fill up the zone, but I do think the velocity is a little concerning with him. It's similar to Nola. Like, these guys have so much know-how, but as the velo drops, you have to be even better and better and better. And so that's something to pay attention to. Anyway, there's the Junior home run. That was number 2 on the season. And he's one of the best young players in the game, full stop. All right, real quick into the chat, and then I'm doing probables, and we're saying goodbye for today. This has been a fun day. Was that a nice play or just a brutal out? I don't know. I didn't really get a good look at it, to be honest with you. Don't pitchers need to keep contact with the rubber upon release? Technically, but it's natural what he was doing there. It's more of a drag pattern than anything else. It's just kind of weird how he leaps. He does leap a little bit. It's not as egregious as the Carter Caps, but there's a little bit of a leap there. I just feel like his foot stays on the ground, but he gets an extra bit of he gets a little bit of extra extension doing that. Apparently, it's the roof design that's letting in more light from local media. The new single panel designs allowed more natural light. Well, they needed it because I would fall asleep in that bullpen, and obviously I'm not trying to fall asleep during a game. But it was dark in there, it was quiet in there, and it was tough. If you're JMO, you can't be mad. It's the pitch he wants to throw is a good spot, tip your cap. Exactly, it's fine. It just shows that the 90 is not serving him like the 93 would. And we're not going to have time for this. I know Bass has had 2 bad starts to begin with. We'll look into that a little bit before his next start. But we're just going to do probables today because I got to get lunch. I have some actual adult stuff I have to take care of today. All right, probable pitchers for today. What are we doing here? No probables for today? What the fudge? What the fudge is going on, guys? Why is there no probable pitchers? We need the probs. We need the probables. Wow. We'll just go one by one. All right. Kansas City and Cleveland starts us off today. It's going to be Gavin Williams and Noah Cameron. Game 2, Rogers versus Smith. This is Orioles' Shane Smith. Rogers has been great in his first 2 starts. So keep an eye on that. He continues to basically be as good as he was last year. Diamondbacks, Mets. They moved all the Mets games up because of weather. This matchup today is Freddie Peralta, Zach Gallen. So two studs going today, Zach Gallen and Freddie Peralta. San Diego and Pittsburgh, Pivetta Skeens. We've talked about this already a little bit earlier. This is a great matchup. Pivetta threw very well in his second start, as did Skeens. They both had clunkers to open the season. Cubs, Rays. This is Assad for the Cubbies versus Rasmussen for the Rays. So a pair of righties at the Trop today. Cincy and Miami, Abbott and Sandy. So Sandy has just pitched to Maddox, and he gets the ball today versus the Reds. Let's see what he can do as a follow-up. Abbott's also pitched pretty well to open the season. So that's a good matchup of 2 all-star type pitchers. Washington and the Cardinals. Liberatore, who's, I guess, the de facto ace of the Cardinals, going against Cavalli, who also pitched opening day for the Nationals. Milwaukee, Boston is next. Mizorowski and Crochet. This is a great matchup. This might be our most exciting matchup that I've seen so far. Maybe even more juicy than Skeens Pivetta. Mizorowski, Crochet. He's on the team to be the stopper. They need a stopper today. They need him to give up no freaking runs and have the Sox win that game today. And it's a tough task versus Mizorowski, of course. A's, Yankees. This is fantastic. We have the all Huskies matchup. I could not be more pumped for this. Savali, former Husky, Northeastern Husky, versus Cam Schlittler, former Northeastern Husky. Both of these guys have the opportunity to pass me as greatest Northeastern pitcher of all time. Schlittler's going to pass me very soon. It's just a matter of time. He's already well on the fast track. Savali's got every opportunity to do so, being that he's a starter, but I'm still crushing him in WAR, so we'll see if he can catch up. Savali and Schlittler, Husky battle today. I love it. All right, 2 more games, couple more games. Dodgers and Jays, this is a juicy one. Gausman, Yamamoto. So this one might even be better than the others. Yeah, Gausman, Yamamoto. I'm kind of with you. This is a fantastic matchup. Yamamoto, I mean, he pitched a ton versus the Jays in that World Series, so we'll see how he does today. Gausman started off really hot. All right, Detroit, Minnesota. Tonight in Minnesota, Skubal versus Bradley. This is a fun one. Skubal's looked great to open the year, and Bradley, I think, looked pretty good to open the year, right? Yeah, .87 in 2 starts. So this should be a good matchup for sure. All right, Seattle, Texas, Kirby Evaldi. A battle of the strike throwers. I love this. Evaldi's gotten into a little bit of a clunky start to open the year. Yeah, he's at an 11 ERA through 2 starts. We expect that to turn around, and Kirby's pretty good on the other side too. All right, a couple more games. Houston, Colorado, Burrows and Freeland. Freeland's first start in Coors, where he's been, pretty comfortable his whole career, and Burrows' third start for the Astros. 2 more games on our docket here. It is Atlanta Angels and Philly San Fran. Atlanta Angels, Lopez and Kikuchi. 2 vets going at it here. And then our last game of the night is the Giants. They are hosting the Phillies. This is a nice matchup of lefties. Christopher Sanchez, the ace of the Phillies. Well, ace at the moment of the Phillies versus Robbie Ray of the Giants. Giants are right there with the Red Sox, kind of off to a rough start. Not something that they expected to be off to a rough start at this point in the season. Yeah, Skeens is for the Pirates. Skeens versus Pivetta, but I still don't think he's the best matchup today. I think the best matchups is Yamamoto, Gausman, for sure. And then there was another one I saw in there that was pretty good too. But enjoy the games today. We'll be back, I think, tomorrow. But I'll keep you guys updated on the upcoming. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Hope everybody's good. Thanks for hanging with me today. And we'll be doing more as we go on. Keep an eye out this week for when I decide to do those watching videos of like first 40, 50 plate appearances for all these rookie hitters. Keep an eye out for those. Those are going to be fun. And then also, if you want a cap, they are back onto the shop. The green and the blue are both on the shop. So Appreciate you guys. This was a super long show, and I will see you on the next one. All right? Have a great day, everybody.